Welcome to Odd Boys. I'm your host, Nathan Barnett from Spooky Old New. I'm a former great. Oh my God, New Year. I can't think of my intro. Oh my God, we got to get a new one, Tom. Starting over. Welcome to Odd Boys. I'm Nathan Barnett, former gravedigger from Spooky Old New England, and this is Tinfoil Tom, my co-host.
Yes. Hello, everybody. As you can see, new year, new setup, same dudes.
Same
but new
guys.
year, new setup. So
I
this
botched
is
the intro, though.
But these are quality improvements to our programming. See,
I guess they already forgot about me botching it when they see your beautiful new setup.
They saw this. I have a conspiracy board over here. I don't know if you can see the red string, but I've got red string connecting the cases.
I think the whole wall should become the conspiracy board.
It should. That would be out of my budget, though. This was in my budget of $15.
That's pretty good. And I'm very much liking that diamond pickaxe from Minecraft that you have on the wall.
That's from a classic Tinfoil Tom video. I knew that you would like it, but it's also from a classic Tinfoil Tom video. If you don't watch my streams, I stream on Twitch as Mr. Whiskers Loves You. And
worst
I hit
screen name ever.
No, it's funny because whenever I raid somebody, they go, if the people that don't know who I am, they go, oh, I just got raided by Mr. Whiskers Loves You. And it's disgusting to say every time.
I hate that name. I hate it.
I hit a stream goal and I had to go see the Minecraft movie while it was in theaters for an entire day. And I filmed a video and I had a prop. In the video, I was like, I better have a diamond pickaxe. So I had a prop and I prominently displayed it for all of my adoring fans.
I love it. That's the best thing over there. That and the 2001 poster.
Oh yeah, that's from a. I have now seen. I told you this before the show that I went to a screening of it. I went with Alba and DJ Nikki and Piper. DJ Nikki and Piper might be in the chat right now. They're very nice fans. I've met up with them quite a few times, but they live in the area, and I went to a 70mm screening of the movie with them. That's been cool. To 3 70mm screenings of 2001. I love it. It's one of my favorite.
Is that
movies.
Your favorite? Is that your favorite? Top 3, top 5?
Top 10. I think
The Shining.
Top
10, I think, as well.
Yeah, I think The Shining. For me, I think The Shining is a better Kubrick movie, but 2001 is very, very good. I like most of his movies.
I think
though.
you like horror more than sci-fi too, don't you?
Depending. I mean, I do like sci-fi, but it depends on what it is. Like I do like 2001. I do like Interstellar. I really liked that movie Moon, which I know that you like, but that's
we got the poster right here.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie. Also, I should say to everyone in the chat, we are live. This is not pre-recorded. Eshin, Raspberry, hello, Fraxter. We did some pre-recorded over the holidays, but we are actually factually live right now. So yes, hello.
Yes,
welcome.
We're back.
2026,
we're back, everybody.
Baby.
This is it, 2026. We have, this microphone is actually, it had been sitting in a box on my floor for a year and a half.
Sounds pretty good.
It's a new mic. Well, my other microphone started to die. So I was like, I think it's finally time to take this microphone out of its box and hook it up.
You want me to give it my infamous duct tape paint job that I did to my microphone?
I don't.
This could be you.
I don't want the duct tape paint job.
That's unfortunate.
But I do think this is it's nice that we've over time we have improved our I remember this is like a slight
visual
aside.
And audio production value.
I'm glad that we actually have decent setups. I remember when we started streaming in general, both you and I, we had awful setups when both of us started. We had
my
really
mic was really bad.
Yeah, really cheap microphones, really cheap. And I don't think that you need that stuff. Like, I don't think you ever need that stuff. I think if you're wanting to make content, you could use your cell phone. You could use anything.
Yeah,
but
I do think everything.
Yeah, but I do think at a certain point, especially if you want to be taken with a level of like professionalism, I do think eventually you have to like upgrade your setup. And
especially if you're doing like stuff at a desk, you need to have at least like good podcast mic. PewDiePie shoots all of his videos on his cell phone now. He got rid of his cameras.
Well, he's like, yeah, but he has other things too. Like he had that new video where he's like, not one GPU, not two. He had like 15
Oh,
GPUs. Those things are
didn't he
like
make like
thousands
a
of.
supercomputer or something?
He made a supercomputer, so it's like I disagree with PewDiePie in that he's saying like he's not going to have this. He's all about minimalism, and he's like
Yeah.
I'm not going to have like any of these things. But then he spent $50,000 on a computer. So it's like, well, it's
He's
like
gotta play, he's got to get those shaders in Minecraft.
I
You need the
guess
supercomputer for that.
I don't think that
Also,
he did though.
I'd like to tell the audience I will gift a membership. If you're not a member already, a YouTube membership, I think we can gift them on our own.
Oh yeah,
To anyone who can guess what video game
you have to. So no, hold on,
is on this TV.
Hold on, before you start, you can gift memberships, but they go to random people, so you can't gift them to specific people.
Oh,
But you should say, I think we could do something like if we get 5 members, you can gift 10 per month. If we got say 5 members, you could gift 10 to 10 to 10.
We should
like
do that.
people.
Can I do it right here in the chat?
Like, yes, and only you can do it because you're the one who like owns the channel.
Members only live stream, start a poll, Q&A. Okay, that's not it.
It's under monetization, and you go to membership gifting. So if you go to the like the money symbol,
oh,
go to membership gifting, and you can gift 10 per month, and they just go to random people. But you have to do it because technically you own the channel. Who's gonna get them?
Well, I would like to give some sort of reward to someone if they can guess. You're not going to be able to see this TV. I can see the footage here, but for some reason on camera, it looks like a blown out white thing. I'll tell you this. I don't know if I should give away the system. If you can figure out what system it's on, which you should be able to figure out. Oh, is my camera moving already? It
just looks like I can't even tell what's on it. It just looks like a blown out screen.
Yeah. Well, if someone guess, if you get it right, I'll see it in the chat and I'll give you something special. But yeah, as we talk, I'm going to try to figure out how to gift these memberships.
Yeah, you should just go to it. You like click on that button, and then there's membership, but then there's also membership gifting.
So apparently I'm under earn. I'm under memberships. Oh my gosh, Ashton, thank you for $5. Not Super Mario. Sorry.
I forgot how loud that was.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to turn that down.
Thank you.
That's on me. I gotta fix that.
Thank you, Eshin. Thank you. Yeah, you get. How was your? Well, I guess I could say this. How was your New Year's? This is the first time I spoke to you a little bit over the holiday break, but I haven't asked you how your I haven't spoken to you since the New Year's stuff. How was your New Year's? I guess we can give the updates for the chat too.
Oh yeah. Hello everyone. Hope you had a good holiday season and a good New Year. I had a great one. I was in Massachusetts with Katie. She met my parents. She met my brother Josh. She met Josh's family, his wife and kids. I don't know. She met my friend Leah, who you know. She's from the town down there.
Nate, you sent me a picture of.
She met like 20 people I haven't seen in 20 years.
I was gonna say the funny
people in my band and stuff.
I was gonna say the funny thing is you sent me that picture, and like all of those people, they weren't. I think I was friends. I'm friends with Bob, obviously. I wasn't really friends with anybody in that group past.
I thought you were friends with like all of them. Well, during high school, yeah.
Like during high school, but I think after high school, I drifted away from because most of those people that you sent me the picture with, they got more into. I think I stayed friends with like the straight edge hardcore group. And that group that you sent me a picture with, they weren't involved in that scene anymore. And I didn't really like hang out with them anymore because they went into a different scene. Like I stayed more friends with like Jared and Zach and like and like Brad and like
people who the audience has no idea who we're talking about.
Basically, I became a dagger, and the rest of those people, that's basically what happened. I joined the daggers, and the rest of the daggers was their fictional group. I don't know gang, whatever the straight edge crew. I was friends with Steve and like Nick and Flippy and all those guys, but the group that you were hanging out with, except for Bob, were like the ones that like weren't really into that stuff anymore, and they got more into like the emo. Those were like the emo That was the emo group.
That was the emo group. Yeah, I didn't see any of these guys. I was in a band with two of them, and they're just people I knew from high school. Seth's grade, Tom's grade, my grade. Bunch of well, they're all younger than me actually. Anyway,
They're all
it was cool to
old
see
now.
them.
They all had gray
They're,
hair. It's
they're all
funny
like
because
42, and
it's
they're
funny
they're
because they're
Seth's
all
age and your age.
it's funny because they're all younger than you, but they're all old now. Compared to like some of the people in the
Yeah.
chat, they'd be like, oh, they're like, no, those people are old, but like they're
Well,
young
two
compared
of
to.
them just had babies like
Oh,
a year
really?
or less, and they're 42. Brendan just
Who
had a
had?
baby. Doyle had a baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just had children.
Did you say
Brendan was
Mike?
telling me about
Who had a baby?
Doyle and Brendan.
Oh, Doyle and Brendan. Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they both just had babies, and they're both 42. So
Crazy.
it's crazy. Yeah. But
I got a
anyway,
cat.
I saw a bunch of I had a
I got a
real
cat.
reunion, and it was pretty cool. I didn't expect to see
That's what.
them, but it happened,
That's
and I
what
was
I.
in the city.
That's what I would tell them. I'd be like, I got a cat.
Tom's got a cat. Everyone. How was your
Two.
Christmas with your cat?
Uh, great.
Nice.
Just
All right, there we go.
sat there and looked at each other. No, it was good. Alba and I we hung out with the cats, obviously. But we kind of just watched Stranger Things. She has been very, very, very into Silk Song. So she wanted to try to make some progress on Silk Song. We made a lot of food.
Nice.
Hung around here, saw some movies.
Nice. How was
it was
producer
nice.
Jamie's Christmas and New Year? Is he asleep still? Did he sleep through the holidays?
Jamie, are you awake? Is he
Oh
still
my
asleep?
God. At least he took his Christmas decorations down. He's asleep again, as usual.
Wow.
Well, I went to Alcatraz on New Year's. That was cool. I went to San
Oh.
Francisco for New Year's Eve, and it was fun. It
Oh.
had a very random Christmas Eve with Katie at a very random arcade. So that was kind of fun, memorable. I had a really good Christmas vacation, I will say. It was very fun. So yeah, and now I'm boxing and getting beaten up and training like a psychopath, getting ready for my next boxing match, which should be in March. That's all I can say. So fingers crossed it happens. It's not confirmed yet, but I'm training like a psychopath.
What do you think?
Also, I should mention we have to
yeah,
we might have to move the day that we do this while I'm training for these 2 months, and we might have to stick to a new day because we want to make sure it's scheduled. Just in the warning to the audience, the day might change because sparring is on Friday nights, and that's the only day I can go and box with these other people is on Fridays. So
what if
just
you're
putting it out there.
What if your coach came to your apartment and sparred with you during the show?
Well, he could, but I need all these other amateur kids coming in here too. And
yeah, everybody can come. Everybody
that'll
can
be
come
the show.
It'll
live stream me sparring, or I can just take a camera to the gym, and that's the show, me sparring.
We'll figure it out. We'll keep everybody updated as to the exact things that are happening. If anything does change, we'll make sure we post it. But for tonight, everything is normal. Everything as is. I'm glad that everybody in the chat is with us. I'm glad that you had a good holiday. I did talk to Jamie a little bit about his holiday. I think that Jamie had a good holiday. I hope Jamie had a good holiday. So I think everybody had a good holiday. I'm very hopeful. And I said this, I think in the last year, 2025, I hope this year is not starting off great. I'm not going to lie. This year's not starting off great.
For what's going on in America, no, it's going horribly.
Yes, it's going horrifically.
Everyone here in the audience, and hopefully your
yes.
lives are all okay and good in ours, and we can all sort of hope for the best globally and then keep our show going in the meantime and have a good fun time throughout the year together.
Yeah, that's the idea. And then hopefully there's good things, like I know that Nathan is planning on shooting the dad short and like maybe doing another boxing event. And I hope in this year maybe we'll make Barry and I maybe we'll make a little progress for finishing up Project Earth. That would be great too. So creatively, I hope that there's like good stuff, and I hope everybody's healthy, and I hope everybody's happy. But yeah, just be vigilant, be aware, be supportive of everybody in your communities, especially in America. It's
It's
little grim
insane.
out
It's
there.
absolutely
Yeah.
insane what's happening right now. It's
Yes.
depressing. Keep aware and keep safe and keep your eyes open. I just don't go outside. I just go to the
Yeah.
gym and
Just
then I
don't
go
go
to the video
outside.
game store and I come right back.
Just don't go outside. Are you still planning on escaping LA like Snake Plissken? Or are you gonna stay
Yeah,
there
it
now?
wouldn't be till the end of the year, like the fall, August or September, if we do it. We're gonna stick it out here and save money because it's gonna be too expensive to move and break the lease. So we're just gonna
Yeah.
stay here while we can and make the best of it and hopefully start earning some cash and things go well.
At
Hopefully
least you
Odd
have a
Boys blows up, the dad movie takes off and things work out. The dance show, I'm still gonna do some more of that. I'm
Yep.
cranking out videos right now. And Tom, I wanted to say something, ask you something. I put out a video today. I don't know if any of you saw it, but I put out a video on some of the worst video game songs ever. Like they're really truly bad. If you watch the video, that's like horrible songs. And then Tom told me to play a song, to listen to a song that two people in my comments said, and it's a Resident Evil song. So I want
Yeah.
suggestions for people on really bad video game music because I kind of want to do a second video on it.
That's a crazy one. I mean, that's even like an odd boy story. So I think I could talk about that briefly just off the top of my head, but Resident Evil, which Resident Evil is one of my favorite games. I love Resident
Hmm.
Evil, the original one. A few years after Resident Evil came out, Resident Evil released a director's cut of the first game. And the director's cut had some features that were missing from the original release that were, I think it had like a battle, I think it had a battle mode or something. There were features added to it. There was a director's cut of Resident Evil released, and they decided to redo the music for the director's cut. And when they did it, they hired this composer who I believe he was considered Japan's Mozart, and because Mozart was famously composing while he was deaf or while he was going deaf. And this composer, was it Mozart or Beethoven that went
Wasn't
deaf? It was Beethoven, right?
Beethoven deaf? Was
Beethoven deaf.
Beethoven
Was it?
deaf?
It was Beethoven. Okay,
Here's
excuse
an
me.
answer from Britannica
Beethoven was
and
not deaf, but he gradually
classicalmusic.com.
became deaf.
It
Yeah.
was it was Beethoven then. So this composer basically he was Japan's Beethoven or considered Japan's Beethoven. And the song came out, and the song for this one specific level, it was the basement kitchen theme for the game, was horrific. It was absolutely like you can't listen to it. It hurts your ears to listen to the song. It's horrible. And it turned out that not only was this guy lying about being deaf, but he had hired somebody else to write the music for him. So this person that wrote the music wrote a really bad song, and this guy tried to pass it off as his own work, and that he was this like triumphant figure that was like writing all of this music while deaf, wasn't deaf, had somebody else writing the music for him, and this music somehow got into the game. And by far and away, not only is it a crazy story, but it's very bad music. And I think you should talk about this one. Are you there? Are you gone? Are you?
Oh,
You might
whoops,
be
sorry, I was
muted.
talking. I muted because I was asking Google and if
Oh,
what composers were deaf, and I forgot to unmute. I was gonna say yes. This sounds like it's pretty bad, and especially if other people are commenting that I'll have to listen to it and put it in the next video.
it's so bad it's good.
I like it. I like bad
So
game
bad it's
music.
good. Well, we
That's
should get right
cool.
in. I think we should get right into tonight's show. Well, before we get into the show, I will say if you do like this program, please consider joining as a member or supporting the Ko-Fi. That
Hmm.
allows us
Hmm.
to keep
Hmm. Hmm.
producing content. We can meet at least once a week, and we're able to do things like upgrade our setups every once in a while. We're
Yep.
able
Yep.
to buy some food. We're able to keep the lights on in the tinfoil and wooden
We can
cabin studio
feed
over there.
producer Jamie, keep him alive, give him some more beans and toast.
Oh yeah, we can. Yeah, we can pay for Jamie's beans and toast. So if you do like the show, please consider doing a super chat. Please consider gifting or getting a membership or supporting us over on the Ko-Fi, which is a direct donation
Yes,
option if you
please.
really like the show.
Links are pinned at the top of the chat and they're in the description of the stream. Yeah, let's
We
get to the topics. I
hopefully we
added a
have like
couple here that I'm pretty pumped on, I should say.
hopefully we have a proper commercial in the near future, so that we don't have to. That's something. This is a behind the scenes. Everybody.
I think there's something's brewing. I think we have a commercial from a top celebrity that's
Oh,
in the
did
works.
you actually make something?
It's in the works.
We are trying to make like an actual commercial so that we can like we can cut to a commercial and not that way I feel like it'll be less obnoxious instead of like us saying like consider getting a membership. We have an actual commercial we can run. I think that
we got a
probably
little bit
makes
of
more sense.
We have a format change coming. It's going to be a little more organized. We're just trying to straighten out the show, organize it, make it just better all around. And a big part of that is thanks to producer Jamie. So we're trying to make things more streamlined. And in doing so, we'll have a little commercial break that will basically do that talking for us. So we don't have to always say, become a member, support. We know you guys all want to and can, if you will. So we're just going to have a little stock thing that coming from a celebrity. We'll have a celebrity commercial endorsement for Odd Boys coming soon. So yeah, hello Casa, hello Fraxter, Jory, Miss Blue, Daragon. Welcome everybody. The Lad and Dan, thanks for being here. Dragon Buddy, hi.
Well, let's get into do you want to start us off then? I saw that you had some topics you've added for tonight's show. Do you want to take us through your first story here, and then I can
I think I want to skip to the aliens made contact in 77 one first, because this touches on something we've already talked about, which I think you could chime in on.
The wow signal? Is this literally the story that we already talked about?
I don't know, because this is a different. This says it in a different way. I liked this. I just think it'd be interesting to share this one, but it might just be the wow signal. I didn't watch it all the way because I wanted to watch it on stream with you and sort of react to it, but I was watching most of it and then I just threw it in here.
It sounds like this guy just the wow signal again.
He might just be explaining the wow signal, but I think it could be good just to talk about it again.
It's still
very fascinated by it.
It's still a great story, and it ties into 3i Atlas. So,
and this kind of explains it, kind of like we haven't heard before in a way, I feel. So yeah. Here we go. A science man named Brian Cox explains how aliens first made contact with us back in 1977.
I would say he scientifically looks like that is not real hair.
It does look like a wig.
It very much looks like a wig. I think
it's not though. He looks like the guy. He actually in his outfit too. He looks like the guy from Resident Evil, doesn't he?
Oh, Silent Hill, you mean? Yeah, he looks like the guy.
He does look a little from Resident Evil is what I'm thinking.
Oh, Leon. I think he looks like I think he looks like James from Silent Hill. He's got like the same, but maybe it's just all of those characters kind of looked similar.
Have you guys never seen Brian Cox before? He's like a big, quite famous astro guy.
I have, but
is he big in he's big in Great Britain?
He's big in everywhere in the UK because he's been on the Joe Rogan podcast and stuff like that. So he's been everywhere. I mean, I'm just surprised you haven't heard of him because you guys are always on about aliens and space, and he's like popping up everywhere. Like
I've seen him. He's a unique guy. He speaks very uniquely.
There's a lot of satire of him because he does have the funny hair and he's always got that smile as well.
Yeah, he's like always smiling.
He's always got a really big smile. Yeah.
He looks a little bit like thinner Maddie.
Maddie from the Dad series and Stranger Things.
Like he looks like like thinner, like a.
You like how I just throw out Dad in line with Stranger Things as if they're like on par and equal to each other.
I see you trying to crop. Should I move a little bit, Jamie?
Yeah, don't worry. I'll adjust it. I was just gonna cut to you guys.
I have to put like a tape. I have to put like a mark on the floor so I can tell where to put my chair.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, true.
I got some programming. I wonder if anyone can guess any of the programming on behind me on my TV. We got something on the TV, and two TVs. We got something on the computer monitor and something on the TV. We have a video game on the TV that no one has guessed yet. I've been looking at the chat. No one has guessed this, but I wonder if someone can guess what this is right here on the computer.
It looks like a cartoon. I mean, it's a cartoon. I can't tell exactly what it is. Somebody will guess the cartoon. You can see the cartoon at least, but
Yeah. This, I don't know why it's so bright. I guess I can't turn the screen down because it's a tube TV, and I turned the computer down so it's visible.
uh
Huffalumps. What's Huffalumps? I don't think it's that. It's not Care Bears, but you're getting close, Frog. The Passions was on the other day. Yeah, I had Passions on. Oh,
no,
Dan got it. It's Popples. You got it right away. It will change to something else later, depending how long our podcast goes. Let me know if you see the second cartoon coming up after this.
well, now that you
Oh,
now that
did
you
it say Popples? It literally just said the word. I didn't even notice.
well
Okay.
now that you did that, are you going to gift those memberships or what?
I'm in here trying to do it. I don't see anywhere that says gift membership.
Click the show your support, like the money symbol.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's earn. Oh, in the chat?
Yeah,
show your
in
support.
The chat. Yeah.
And then it just has two options: super stickers and super chat.
Oh, that's weird. You should have membership and membership gifting. You should be able to go to membership.
Oh. Okay, so I probably can't see certain things because I'm not in the right account.
Okay. Well,
but I figured I could do it in my settings, like under customization, earn. But maybe you can only do it from that the live chat.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to figure that out. We'll try to figure that out at another time.
Well, I'll tell you this, we have 24 total members. If anyone becomes a member, we'll have 25. There you go.
Okay. Well, let's go into this video.
When we talk about aliens, we talk about the search for extraterrestrial life. We kind of mean ET, don't we? We mean something that we can talk to. Right now, as we speak, there are telescopes searching the skies for signals, for hints, for a sign of civilizations, or even the signals from starships moving through the sky, you know, whatever it is that will...
He's telling a good story.
I forgot to mention, it starts at like 1 minute something when he starts talking about the thing, but we can listen to this. We can keep it going. It's not very long, much longer.
I feel nice and enraptured.
Every day, some among us scan the skies.
Hopefully we don't get a copyright claim from BBC,
for alien
which we very well
civilizations.
might.
We don't have our streaming.
Ooh, I like those satellites. Those are kind of cool. I've never seen ones like that. There's some spots out here in California
SETI
that have some crazy. I shot in front of one for the Dad series. Crazy huge satellite dishes that I just like walked up to, and I was not supposed to do that, and I did, and I filmed the whole scene. Anyway, it really reminds me of Contact, the movie.
The search for extraterrestrial intelligence. This experiment has yet to detect a call from ET.
Looks like AI.
But they live in hope.
No.
Because SETI did once pick up a tantalizing signal. On August 15th,
I think it's just the wow signal again.
This is where he says it.
Yeah.
1977, a radio telescope called the Big Ear detected a radio signal from somewhere in the vicinity of the constellation Sagittarius. And this is the printout from that night. You can see that somewhere around 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, a very bright radio signal pulsed in. It looks something like this. You can sketch it out. It was a pulse with a width of around 72 seconds, and the peak intensity, the peak brightness, was over 30 times the brightness of the background radio emission from the galaxy. So it's fascinating.
Whoa. That's definitely an intentional...
And it came in on a wavelength that
sound.
He believes an intelligent
Yeah, we did talk about this. So for anybody who I guess pays attention to Odd Boy's lore, we did talk about this in a previous episode. So the WOW signal was received in the 70s. So the connection with recent events, 3i Atlas, and this is I didn't preview this video that Nathan put in the in our doc, but the connection from what I recall to 3i Atlas is that the trajectory of the 3i Atlas comet came from Sagittarius, so it came from the same direction that this signal came from. So they both came from the same point in space, which I think that's the most fascinating connection between the two is that
Yeah.
both
Something's out there, like
something
trying
is
to
out
get in
there.
touch, maybe.
So there is a connection. This was in the 1970s, but then this also connects to modern events. This connects to Three Eye Atlas, in that is where the comet Three Eye Atlas originally came from. Was from that
Mhm.
direction. So it is interesting.
Yeah.
Might choose.
So
The
this is the
wavelength
signal. That's
was
what we're
21
hearing is the wow signal.
centimeters. That's the
Mhm.
wavelength of light, of radio waves emitted from hydrogen atoms. So the whole sky glows at that wavelength. And back in the 1950s, radio astronomers speculated
And we
that
haven't
if an
decoded
alien
it yet.
civilization wanted to
Oh.
communicate with us.
Well, I mean, it was
and
a
they might
signal. It's like it might have actually meant something. I feel like this is, and spoiler alert. I feel like this is the
Oh
part of the
wait, Jamie.
Uh-huh.
We should take this off screen real quick. Okay.
Why?
I just got the warning on YouTube. I've had this before. And
Oh, you already
it'll
got
shut. It will literally make our screen go black.
So you already got a
It says
warning from.
warning, heads up. We've detected video in your stream belonging to someone else. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. If you plan to continue, please ensure that the content owner has added your channel to their allow list. Okay, so
Well,
BBC is about to block us. So anyway, we should stop showing that, Jamie. I was worried about that, but yeah, dang, I guess BBC is
yeah.
on top
Well,
of these things.
this is an offline conversation, but I guess real quick, I think this is why making the show itself like a little bit more conversational. Like that's why most podcasts just kind of like talk about stuff to
Mhm.
avoid little hiccups like that. So I think going
Well,
forward,
also
maybe
when
making
you
it a little
normally watch like news segments or clips from
yeah,
YouTubers and that stuff
easier.
flies. But this is like owned by a TV network, so I think this is like a televised documentary. I just figured it. I didn't even think about it honestly because it's space stuff.
BBC's big time though. That happened to me once. I
Yeah.
was watching like old wrestling and my stream, I got a copyright strike.
Oh,
For, like,
WWE is notorious for
Very
striking.
bad.
It's happened to me a lot.
I watched like Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, and my stream got nuked in like a second. And I was like, this is from Royal Rumble like 1991. I was like, you guys aren't making money off this anymore. But they were
I
still like,
know.
no, you can't watch this. Don't watch this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I
Well,
should say.
we
So
got what we wanted out of that, though. Basically, okay, I saw that and I didn't realize it was the exact same thing, the wow signal, but it was kind of just cool to hear him talk about it and like show the
Yeah.
numbers and stuff. I'm so
I-
fascinated by that aliens reaching out to us. I really just want them to come and take us away, save us, please.
Eshin brought up the point. I was about to make this point before you talked about the copyright stuff. This is literally like the plot of that show Pluribus.
Oh my
And
gosh, it's so funny. And Eshin said that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do feel that way. Yes, that show starts with a signal. He
Right.
must have been inspired by that wow signal when he wrote that show.
I totally think that Vince Gilligan, because Vince Gilligan also famously he started his career as a writer for the X-Files. So like I feel, yeah, that's how we met. That's how he met Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston was a guest star on an episode of the X-Files.
Oh.
And when Vince Gilligan was casting Breaking Bad, Bryan Cranston was just known as the Malcolm in the Middle guy. And like he wasn't like people didn't
He wasn't a
remember
dramatic
him.
actor. No.
No, he was in Seinfeld, and then he was in Malcolm. He had a bit in Seinfeld. He was in like 4 or 5 episodes of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And he
was
then
a
he was
comedic actor in Malcolm.
He was a comedic actor, and he was in one episode of the X-Files as the guest star of the week in an episode of the X-Files where he had a dramatic part. And Vince Gilligan wrote that episode of the X-Files. And when he was casting Breaking Bad, he asked for Bryan Cranston to interview, and everybody around Vince Gilligan was like, the Malcolm in the Middle guy. And he was like, no, he's like, he was in an episode of the X-Files I wrote. He'd be perfect for this part. And he brought him in, and the rest is history. Became
good choice.
One of the biggest.
He was so good in that. I will say, I think comedic actors are some of the better actors because it's hard for dramatic actors to be comedic, but it's easy for comedic actors to be dramatic. Because I think if you can pull off being funny and have it be liked and believable and enjoyable and not pushing it too hard, it's not too cringy, and you're not trying too much, then I think you have a good balance of the playing and portraying all the emotions, because not everyone can portray being comedic in the right way, you know? Like, look at like Robin Williams and Jim Carrey. They're amazing dramatic actors. But then when you see dramatic actors try comedy, it fails a lot of the time. So I feel since Bryan Cranston started out in comedy, it just set him up for drama. So anyway, I mean, that's
Well,
not
with
true
that-
for everyone, obviously, but a lot of the times I think it works out.
Well, with that being said, I've got a story for
Yeah.
you, Nathan. Did you know?
Oh, thanks. Thanks for bringing me a
I've
story. This is my first Christmas present from you.
This is my first. My first present to you is going to be a great one, and also the audience. This is extremely important for the audience to hear. Did you know, Nathan, that the government has been keeping track of what people get stuck in their butts?
What?
That's
not what I was expecting you to say.
no. This is true. This is the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission keeps a database of everything that gets stuck up people's butts. So did you know that the government has been keeping track of what you stick up your rear end? So if you ever
they don't have anything on me, because I haven't had anything stuck in my butt. All I have is massive dumps coming out of my butt, but maybe they know about that too.
What's the worst thing you've ever stuck in your butt?
I've never stuck anything in my butt. I've only had poops come out. But I will tell you this, I weigh myself before and after I poop a lot of times. And the most I ever lost in weight after pooping from one poop was 4.79 pounds. It was almost 5 pounds. That's the only butt story. Yeah, genuinely. It was amazing. I've been trying to break 5 pounds. Today might have been a day. I didn't weigh myself, but oh my God, I pooped so much today.
I don't know if it's good or
this is what you guys wanted to hear, right?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna ask the chat this just because I'm curious. Chat, you don't have to answer, but what's the worst thing you've ever got stuck in your butt? Does it appear in the database?
Tom,
can we
why
get
don't you answer your own question? Have you been putting things in your butt?
I've never put anything into my butt.
Oh, the man who asked the question, I think, is most suspicious.
Oh, no. I will say,
who smelt it, dealt it.
I will say, according to this database, some of the I'm going to read this list of some of these things that people. This is a real U.S. database, by the way, everybody. Some of the, let's say the greatest hits that have been stuck up people's their butts include nails, screws, a baseball. Reason given to see
how
what
do you
felt
get a base? How? That's too big.
Reason given to see what it felt like. Uncooked pasta, an egg.
That's messed up.
A dog chew toy, a dryer sheet.
Mean, all these are probably from Jackass, the 4th movie or whatever, when Steve-O was sticking race cars up his butt or whatever.
Okay, I've got a good one here. An entire sandal.
Shut up. Is it a Barbie sandal? That's
no,
insane.
Like somebody stuck the sandal they were wearing up their butt. Like a flip-flop, yeah.
How? This is not scientifically possible.
Let's get, some of these have reasons. So one of them, beard clippers wrapped in plastic. Reason given was feeling constipated for 2 days. So to relieve their constipation, they stuck a beard clipper wrapped in plastic up their butt.
Why? Like the back end, because it was like shaped. It's the only thing they had in their house, shaped kind of like.
Well, no, I think that means they took. I think that they took their beard trimmer and they put it in a Ziploc bag, and they were constipated, so they stuck it up their butt to try to dislodge the poop.
Because that was the only. Why did they use a toothbrush or something easier? Anything, a finger.
It would only make more. That would only make sense. A shampoo bottle. Reason given. Slipped in the shower.
Shut up. So no one believes that, pal. Oh my God. This is shocking.
Also, another shampoo bottle. Reason given was bored.
Was this behind the first one?
I think this was a different person, but this person listed their reason as they were bored, so they shoved a shampoo bottle up their butt.
Bored.
Wait, what?
Thank you, Eshin. Sorry for the volume, everyone.
Thank you very much.
I
Hey,
know that's really
listen,
loud for you guys. We apologize.
Listen, if we get 10 more super chats, Nathan will stick the comments up his butt. So let's
I'll
let's
take
get the
my
super chats
monitor
going.
and I'll put the whole
He'll
chat up my butt.
Stick it up his butt. Another great thing here: a 7-inch dildo and pliers.
I mean, that makes sense. The dildo is the only one that makes sense.
The pliers that were then stuck up the person's butt, the pliers got stuck when they were trying to remove the dildo that was stuck up their butt.
How deep is this person's butthole? It's like an abyss. I just lost. I don't know where it is. It's up there somewhere.
It's up there somewhere.
Abyss? The poopy abyss.
Broken piece of butt plug and tweezers. The tweezers got stuck when they were trying to remove the butt plug.
A vape pen.
A light bulb, glass side first. The light bulb, quote, got sucked up due to suction effect.
How do you not break the glass shoving up? A butthole is really small. How does it not just break when you smush it against the butthole?
I really think it just depends on the butthole. I think some people they must have.
If you have a butthole that can put a light bulb side up first, then when you poop, it's like tipping a bucket upside down, and the poop just goes and falls out.
I have probably the best thing on this list. It's a Chicago emergency room physician named Dr. Kenji. I'm going to mispronounce his last name. Ayasu said that, and he is an emergency room physician. Said that one of the most common questions that he gets asked is, "What's the weirdest thing that you've ever pulled out of somebody's butt?" What?
Frog.
Hey! Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sorry for the volume. I know it's really loud. It doesn't sound that loud for me, but apparently the chat says it's the loudest thing ever. Okay. Thank you for the donation, Frog. And what New Year's resolution do you have? Do not put a light bulb up your butt.
Oh yeah, is that everybody's New Year's resolution? I will say your New Year's resolution to be you should see how many things you can fit up your butt.
No, please do not harm yourselves. Don't do anything sketchy. Tom is a bad influence.
It's all good, clean fun, everybody. It's good.
Not clean. It's literally not clean. It's the opposite.
No, I will say if listen, I'm not going to kink shame anybody. I will never do that. If you do stick anything up your butt, please be careful. Please lubricate whatever it is.
Don't say anything about putting anything up your butt to the audience. You have to stop. Katie just walks in the door. She goes, "Oh my God, what I walk in on."
As long as you're doing it, as long as you're doing it safely, we're not going to kink shame
anybody.
Putting a
glass light bulb up your butt cannot be done safely, Tom.
Not doing that. But I think that I guess if your butt is like big enough if your butthole is big enough that a 7-inch dildo is getting stuck up there, and then the pliers used to remove the dildo are also being stuck in your butt, I think you've got an incredibly large butthole.
Yes, that your butthole is too big. Leave it alone. Let it go back to normal size.
Leave it alone. Well, so something I will ask you, Nathan, is this emergency room doctor, he gets asked, what's the weirdest thing you've ever pulled out of somebody's butt? This is a Chicago emergency room doctor. What do you think his response would be? What's the weirdest thing he ever pulled out of somebody's butt?
In Chicago. So I wonder what they're putting up their butts there. Katie, what do you think the weirdest thing someone from Chicago will put up their butt? She's from Chicago. What? A bottle of Malort.
I don't know what Malort is, but I will tell you
Malort is like a liquor that Chicago people are obsessed with.
No, and you can tell Katie this.
Only sold in Chicago, and they're probably sticking up their butt to get faster drunk or something.
No, so he did a viral TikTok that he posted in September, and at the top of his list is a full-size pumpkin spice Yankee candle.
A full-size pumpkin spice Yankee candle.
He pulled that out of somebody's butt. It was stuck in there.
That doesn't. They probably ripped their skin in half and broke their hips. There's no way that can go up your butt.
He then said, quote, "I'm talking about the desk chop jar, and not just the top, but the whole damn jar. The question now becomes how to get it out. And really, for things that are really big, you can't just reach up there and grab them and pull them out because the suction causes a vacuum that pulls it back in."
Oh my God. Really?
Yep.
That's messed up. It's gonna pull your intestines inside out. This is really messed up and doing. I hate this. Butt stuff is like depressing, and I don't like it. I really don't. I don't like.
Did you hear it?
Katie says anything can go up your butt if you try hard enough.
Yeah, you can fit. Yeah, exactly. You can fit anything up if you really want it in there. You can fit it in there.
Did you hear have the heart and determination? She says, "Stop it, both of you are sickos."
Did you hear that in Florida just this year, a man was arrested for drugs when he walked through a body scanner and was found to have a thermos shoved up his butt full of drugs?
Another place Katie's from. She can relate to all these people. Chicago and Florida.
You can see on the body scan, the man has a full-size coffee thermos full of drugs. In the body scan, in the X-ray, in the photo,
what you can see that he has. It looks like a missile or a thermos.
That is a full-size thermos full of drugs. My friend.
Is a thermos. That must hurt him so bad. That's literally up in his ribs.
Uh-huh.
So your intestines can straighten out that much? Because they're like squiggled up. So when you put that thing up there, you're standing them up on end.
If you believe in yourself, Nathan, you can accomplish anything.
Oh, we got a loud one coming. Thank you, Inept.
Yeah, go big or go. Exactly, Dragon Buddy. Go big or go home. Exactly. That's what I'm always saying. That's the American way.
Thank you very much, Inept. And no, stop putting thermoses in your butthole, Florida people.
I will preface this and say, if you're gonna stick anything up your butt, please be careful.
No. How about you say don't put anything up your butt? We don't want a lawsuit. Oh, sorry guys, Odd Boys is shutting down in 2026. Tom told the audience to put things up their butt, and now they're suing us because they all put thermoses up their butt.
I'm telling them to be careful if they decide to put anything up their butt. Exercise
the way to be careful is to not do it.
Yeah, but you can't kink shame anybody either. If somebody wants to stick something up there,
butt stuff is depressing and it's scary.
That's got to be
let it exit.
That's got to be a blurb. Just you saying butt stuff is depressing.
I don't like it.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong, Nathan. Come on. It's the 21st century. You got to live a little. There's nothing wrong.
I don't need to live. I live plenty.
You know what you
I live far away from butt stuff.
You know what you are? You're not a butt stuff guy. You're a wiener through the hole in your boxers type guy.
What does that mean?
Like you leave your boxers on and you just stick your wiener through the hole in your boxers.
Just walk around like this, waving.
Well, no, that's like that's the extent of your adventures in the boudoir.
My adventures in the PG-13 realm are cheek kisses and handshakes.
Just like a firm handshake.
No, like you tickle the inside of the hand a little
or
bit.
Or like one of those one of those handshakes where you just kind of use the tips of your fingers to like
like this. I like shaking someone's hand, and then you go when you're in there, you do a little bit of this. You just tickle them just to make them feel a little uncomfortable. That's fun.
I think that you and Jory in the chat. Jory says butt stuff is depressing and scary.
See, Jory gets it because we don't want anything stuck in our anuses.
No. Dragon Buddy said it too. I think they're just copying what you said. You said butt stuff is depressing and scary.
Katie said, hopefully Tom has good health insurance.
I do. I pay out the nose for it, but I have great health insurance. I can stick as many things up my butt as I want.
That's what he pays all that big. That's what you pay Obamacare for, is to pull that stuff out of your butthole.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll stick a Yankee Candle up there after the stream.
Yeah. Make sure it's vegan.
Just for fun. Yeah, make sure it's made from soy wax.
It all makes sense why you love glizzies and hot dogs so much. We know what you're doing with those.
I am sticking them directly up my rectum. That's right. Well, from 2012 to 2021, Nathan, did you know that about 38,948 people in the United States of America were hospitalized with foreign objects inserted into their rectums, according to the American Journal of Emergency Medicine?
That's too many.
Did you also know the average patient age was 43?
43 is the average butthole patient?
And 78% were male.
My gosh. Well,
so
I've escaped the butthole stuff age. I'm turning 45 in a couple weeks.
It's all middle-aged men. Those are all the people this is what happens, Nathan. You go through life without exploring your your sexuality, and then you're 43 years old sticking Yankee candles up your butt, and then you have to go to the emergency room.
Yep, not gonna happen.
Be careful out there, everybody.
Can't catch me. Can't get my butthole. You'll never get me.
Be careful. Yeah, be careful out there, everybody. If you're gonna stick anything up your butt, please be careful.
This is the strangest Odd Boy segment we've ever done. We need to like erase this from the channel.
No. I only choose the top select stories for the show.
Odd Boys, this is the beginning of the end.
Certified butthole.
Certified depressing.
Certified depressing. Well, there you go. There's a lot of people getting things stuck up their butts in America, everybody. Maybe that explains what's going on here, I think.
Oh my God.
Why don't you take us? Why did you take us on a journey?
I think we should talk about something else. Let's cleanse our palate. Let's cleanse our palate and get on to a new topic that is a little easier to deal with, which is murder. I'd much rather talk about murder than Tom's last segment. Did you know, Tom, that the Black Dahlia case might have been solved?
No, I haven't heard about this. I mean, I do follow the Black Dahlia. All right, I actually went to, this is a slight aside, but I went to I don't know if it's still there, but there was a museum in LA called the Museum of Death. And
And that, thank you.
Let's go! Yes, Katie can stick things in Nathan's butt. Let's go. If Nathan gets enough donations, she can stick all sorts of things up his butt. Let's go. No.
Thank you. Katie can stick things in for him. No, no. Katie.
No, he won't let me.
She just goes, no, he won't let me.
Wow.
She hasn't tried. It's not even something she wants to do. She is trying to go along with Tom here on this joke. And
Nathan
change this topic. This is disgusting.
Nathan's turned into a Puritan or something. I don't know what's happened
I'm not
here.
Puritan. I love dirty sex.
Whoa.
I love it. Sloppy, rotten, sexy sex.
Sexy, sex, sweaty.
Yeah. I love naked body sex.
Yeah. Naked boobs,
I
boners.
love taking naked body parts and other naked body parts and going
just slapping them together like a couple of Christmas turkeys.
Yeah, I'm gonna spank that naked, sexy body until I sex all over it.
Wow.
Wow. See, now you know I'm a pervert, but no butt stuff. No, thank you. Banned.
Yeah, but no. Nathan banned that. Nathan banned that.
Yep. So now you know I'm a wild man. Thank you, everyone. My reputation, my street reputation still withholds.
Yep, your street cred stays together. Well, I was gonna say, I went to a museum once in LA called the Museum of Death, and they had a whole exhibit. And I don't even know if it's still there, but it had like a bunch of like crime scene stuff, like true crime things. And they had an exhibit for the Black Dahlia, and the victim's name was Elizabeth Short, right? And she was like a failed actress in the 1940s. Was that when this took place?
I think it was the 30s, the Black Dahlia. Let me check. But yeah, this is a famous thing. I don't know if you all have heard of this. Black Dahlia was a girl who was murdered in Los Angeles, and it wasn't it at the Cecil Hotel, which the girl jumped in that they found in the water tank at the top. Wasn't that the same?
No,
isn't it connected?
I don't think it was. She might have stayed there for a time, but from my recollection, she was like a wannabe actress. She had moved to LA from, I forget where she was from, but maybe the Midwest somewhere. She moved to LA to be a movie star, and she was found murdered, cut in half. Her body was displayed. I forget exactly where in LA, but her crime went unsolved until now. And there's been suspects over the years, but they haven't found anything definitive. And like, it's been so long that they don't have DNA evidence or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Okay. So the Black Dahlia, I just looked it up. She was found dead in Los Angeles in 1947, and her name was Elizabeth Short. and she was reportedly seen at the Cecil Hotel just
Okay,
days
yeah.
before her death. That's the connection to the Cecil Hotel where that Lisa Lamb girl was
But that
found in
was
the
like
water tank on the
that was
roof.
like a new at that time. That was like a
Like
new
50
hotel,
years
though.
later. Yeah.
Right. It wasn't shady at that point. It was like a regular hotel.
Yeah, so this Black Dahlia case is like one of the most famous murder cases because it's been unsolved since 1947, and she was an actor in LA, and it got a lot of attention, and now it apparently is possibly solved or being solved thanks to new evidence. And we got a little video here to break it down for us.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in this. Yeah, I mean, it was a horrific crime, and from what I recall, I mean, it made so much press because it was brutal. It was like an absolute, and her body was like displayed. So it was probably a serial killer, which is like at that time. But like, I think that's the whole thing in context. In America, we didn't know anything about, like, serial killer was not a term at that time. So if there was a serial killer active, like, we didn't have a term for it at that time.
But it's because I think the people were just got away with stuff back then, and we didn't have such communication where we could find out about all this stuff so easily back then. But if you look at like Ed Gein, who was in the 40s and 50s, he's the guy that would like cut people's skin off and put it on his face, and there's a Netflix show all about him right now. Like there's crazy stuff been going on forever.
Well,
but
different
now, we
different
just didn't hear about it then.
Agencies were really secretive. Like the FBI, like J. Edgar Hoover was in charge of the FBI at this time, and he had secret files on everybody. But like the FBI didn't talk to the police. The highway patrol didn't talk to the regular police. The sheriff's department didn't talk to the other police department. Like police departments didn't coordinate with each other. So like a serial killer from Wisconsin could go to California and just operate undetected. And like, it was a different
It's easier to
time.
disappear then.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, here, let's see what this says.
Admit it, two of the most notorious unsolved cases of modern times may have been solved. Former LAPD homicide and cold case detectives have reviewed new findings on both the Black Dahlia and the Zodiac killer and call them solved cases involving the same suspect. This potentially resolves cases that have been baffling criminologists and amateur sleuths alike for nearly a century. Let's get into it. So this story comes from Christopher Goffard of the LA Times, whose fantastic reporting brought this case and its potential resolution to light. Now, the Black Dahlia case starts in January 1947 when 22-year-old Elizabeth Short was found mutilated and bisected in a vacant lot in South Los Angeles. The brutality and precision of the killing shocked the city and the world and gave rise to the legend of the Black Dahlia. One early suspect was Marvin Margolis, a 21-year-old USC pre-med student who was also a World War II Navy vet who performed battlefield medical procedures. After being questioned and released, Margolis moved to Chicago, changed his name, and effectively disappeared. He spent the rest of his life using aliases, including Marvin Merrill and Skip Merrill, and drifted between jobs before moving back to California, where he would eventually die in Santa Barbara in 1993. Now, during the late 60s in California, a killer calling himself the Zodiac murdered 5 people in the San Francisco Bay Area and taunted police with letters and cryptograms. The most infamous was known as the Z13 cipher, and it claimed to contain his name and stumped experts for more than 50 years. Enter Alex Baber, a self-taught
didn't they just solve this? The Zodiac, I think, was just solved as well. I think he's going to talk about that. Maybe.
I don't think that but that's the whole thing. They haven't solved it. They have people that they favor as suspects for the Zodiac. But they haven't actually solved that crime either. I think at this point, it's been so long, and this was before DNA evidence was a thing. They have people that they suspect were the Zodiac killer, but I don't think that they have definitive proof as to who that was either.
They solved for clarification, they solved one of the puzzles that the Zodiac sent.
Yeah.
To police.
Okay. I remember something recently was solved. Yeah.
That was officially solved. I think there was news of someone being potentially the killer, but the biggest news in that, I think it was they solved one of the puzzles after like 40 years.
Now they got all these ARG kids out here solving stuff easily, probably. It's probably...
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of people doing the online, like the crypto...
Cryptic.
The cryptic puzzle solving. But yeah, they still haven't solved it. I think it's been too long.
So did that bring any new information, Jamie? The solving of that puzzle?
Not from my understanding. It was a bit ago now, but I can't remember exactly which one they solved, but yeah, it was obviously there's one famous puzzle that the Zodiac claims was his name, but that one's never been solved yet. The craziest part of the Zodiac killer, I don't know if you guys obviously knew this part of it, but I think it was his second killing. He actually walked past the police as he was leaving the crime scene. But
I've heard this. Yeah, the police didn't know it was him. Like he actually and then they knew it in like retrospect. They were like, oh, that was the killer.
So they've seen him.
They've seen him, but the reason they didn't arrest him and walking away from the crime scene was because when the report came through that there'd been a killer, there was a miscommunication, and apparently the person said it was a black guy. And so the police were looking for a person of color on the way up.
Oh my God.
And this dude was a white guy walking past them, so they never stopped him because they were looking for a person of color instead.
And why did they think they were looking for a person of color?
I think there was some kind of mishap hearing on when someone called...
Racism?
Probably the racism. I think it was the racism.
At that time.
It sounds like they called up and said that there had been a killer, I think some kind of shooting or something went on. And I'm assuming there's been some kind of miscommunication in the person who let the police know. For some reason, they said it was a person of color that did it. So they were out looking for a person of color. And yeah, that's the reason why he wasn't apprehended at the scene, because they were literally looking for the wrong person.
So stupid. Oh, that's cops for you. Cops in the 40s. Probably no better than the cops now.
Yeah, I don't think they've gotten much better.
No.
Photographer who spent 9 months using artificial intelligence, letter frequency analysis, and public records to test 71 million possible names against that code. His conclusion was that the Z13 cipher spells Marvin Merrill, the alias of Marvin Margolis. Two veteran LA...
Also, I just want to let chat know that if this is a bit loud, I can't adjust audio on Instagram, so it's just literally the full volume.
No.
But if it is a bit loud, that is the reason. But yeah.
LAPD homicide detectives, including Rick Jackson, the former cold case detective who oversaw the Black Dahlia file, reviewed Baber's work. Jackson enlisted his former partner Mitzi Roberts, as well as NSA code breakers, who all verified the solution. And thus, Jackson reached a stunning conclusion. Quote, "In my opinion, these are solved cases." Wow. Other factors include Margolis's medical training, his psychological instability as per his military discharge, military trauma, false alibis, and a flawed original timeline. Baber was also able to see a disturbing 1992 sketch labeled Elizabeth with the word Zodiac hidden in the sketch. This is not it. Whoa. Shown to him by Margolis's son. Baber also identified a likely murder site, a former Compton bungalow complex once called the Zodiac Motel, potentially explaining the killer's infamous alias. So the LAPD has been notified but not officially closed the case. But for the first time in nearly 80 years, two legendary American mysteries may finally share one name. Thank you again to Christopher Gofford of the LA Times for his fantastic...
all of this, this is all compelling.
It's so interesting.
It's very compelling. All of this evidence is circumstantial, but I think people have been convicted for less. So I'm like, according to this video, the information presented in this video, this is the first time I've seen that video, that evidence is all circumstantial. However, people have been convicted for less, and that all seems...
I mean, I don't think there's a way to convict anyone in this situation, because I'm sure the guy's
it's like
dead.
already done. Yeah.
But it would be just nice to know for, the grandkids or whoever of Elizabeth to, have the truth come out. Maybe we, get some closure of some kind.
Yeah.
Also,
interesting.
it's just cool when a cold case gets solved years later.
Yeah.
It's satisfying.
I'm gonna have to dig more into it, but that is very interesting. It's very plausible that it does sound like that this guy could have been involved for sure.
Yeah. With technology nowadays too, you would think that they could crack these codes. Unless, here's the thing, the Zodiac Killer, as I say, maybe they should be able to crack the codes with the technology they have now. They could just like have AI or whatever, a computer, solve this guy's riddles. But at the same time, there could be human error in the guy's riddles and codes where they might not actually be solvable. As someone who made a lot of codes and riddles for the Dad series, there were many times where I screwed something up because it would get so complicated. I didn't realize I was doing something, like I missed a step. So maybe some of them might not be solvable because it's just a guy making his own, riddles, basically. It might be not possible to be solved, is what I'm trying to say. Some of them.
Yeah. Well, very
Anyway.
interesting. Well, in a more lighthearted, I have a more lighthearted story. The dangers of artificial intelligence. Nathan, I think you know how I feel. I think Jamie as well. I think you know how, probably you too. I think you know how we all feel about artificial intelligence.
I'm not a
Police.
fan. I don't like it.
I'm not a
It's
crazy.
replacing actors. Every commercial I see on YouTube now is made by AI. It looks like garbage. It sounds like garbage. And that could be an actor doing that right there. A human being.
Yeah, for sure. So they're using AI across the board. And I think this is another example of AI maybe not being quite ready or shouldn't be used to do certain things. And police recently were forced to explain why AI-generated police report claimed an officer transformed into a frog.
Oh my God.
So this was the Salt Lake City Police Department, and they have been using, or they started using, AI to draft their. They upload their body cam footage, and then they use AI to take their body cam footage and then transcribe it into a report to save time. And apparently, during a recent use of the tool, quote, the body cam software and the AI report writing software picked up on the movie that was playing in the background, and this is during a traffic stop, which happened to be The Princess and the Frog. Police Sergeant Rick Keel told the news station that was covering this story, and quote, that's when we learned the importance of correcting these AI-generated reports. They weren't correcting these reports up until that point. And during this police report, the police report software declared that the officer had somehow shapeshifted into a frog.
My God. So stupid.
This is law enforcement. So this is a real police department was using this software, and the AI software declared that the officer during this traffic stop turned into a frog.
This is a prime example of why AI shouldn't be relied upon so much, and everyone's all excited about AI, but it's actual garbage. And then if it does get better, it's just gonna replace you and make life worse and take away the human element of all things.
Mhm.
So
This was the
not needed, I don't think.
This is the Heber City Police Department, and the software is known as Draft One. Kind of ironic that Draft One, this AI software that police departments are using, the same company that created the Taser is responsible for this software.
Weird.
So very, very interesting. There's actually a
Like a
quote from that in
taser
the,
gun?
like the taser that they use to like taser people. This same company now has a AI transcribing software that they're using. So basically you upload your body cam footage, and then this software analyzes your footage and then drafts a report based on what it sees and hears in the footage that you upload into its program. And the only reason that police departments are doing this is, I forget the exact time frame that they say, but there's an officer that was questioned here. And the officer was like, well, usually I have to spend a couple hours doing this work. Now it's just done for me. And it's like, it's literally the police officer saying, this is going to make my job so much easier. I don't have to write anything anymore. So this is the danger. This is a like on this specific scale. This is an example of the danger of the reliance of this type of technology. Literally in this report said that the police officer turned into a frog, and then the police officer read the report and said, huh, I guess we have to actually read these things to see what we're putting into the
I
system.
guess we
So
actually have to use them properly.
right. I guess we have to actually review the things that we're uploading into the software. This is really dangerous. And something that's pointed out in this report is, what if somebody has like a hallucination or something, and they're like trying to like there's the AI is just going to pick up like verbal cues, and it's going to transcribe what it hears and like just writes a report. It doesn't like have like contextual cues. It's a AI software writing program. This is really dangerous in that, what if somebody's using these reporting softwares during like a criminal trial or something, and then like the judge is just reading the report that's based on the footage that the officer presents to them? What if it says something crazy because the AI software doesn't know how to like differentiate between police officer doing a traffic stop with a Disney movie playing in the background versus police officer literally turned into a frog?
Yeah, this is it. It's not going to work out.
No, this was a crazy story, but I thought that I would present this in my ongoing investigative program called Stop Using AI to Do Everything for You.
Yeah, I agree. I will say this though, something that I think is coming that is spawned from AI is, I've seen a lot of videos saying this, and this is very much how I feel, and that's probably why I end up getting these videos in my algorithm. But these people who have these like theories and they're philosophizing on these YouTube videos, a lot of people have been saying they think that AI is going to, people are getting so frustrated with it. People hate it so much. It's just garbage. It's so unhuman. It's like the stuff that it makes is so crappy compared to human made art and writing and just everything, that they think that around 2030, we're going to enter a new renaissance period where people and like young people are already sort of starting to go this way, where like young kids don't like AI. People want human made things. People want to see a human performance, like, you know, something like what Timothy Chalamet is doing right now in Marty Supreme. You would never get from AI. AI is fun for this weird joke to see brain rot, like little kids like the weird characters it's making. But like, it seems that we're gonna get pushed into a renaissance where we want human made art with emotion and personality behind it. And I feel that day is coming. I think we're going to start rejecting this AI stuff, and it's kind of good that it's here because hopefully it'll push us in a direction where we're like never talking about it or using it anymore, and people are like against it and it gets banned. And and I'm hoping that it at least has to get labeled. Things will have to be labeled AI, which right now they don't.
Yeah.
And it's a shame.
Yeah,
But
I also hope that there is like I do think that there will be something that people are already talking about, is that there's going to be a return to that like lo-fi type of like grandpa
Yeah.
content where it's just like a guy talking to a camera, because people want like actual human connection.
And that
now.
stuff is doing really well. Videos like that
Yeah.
are just a person on camera, just their face. I see a lot of these people in the woods, walking through the woods, talking. That's the whole video. People love that because it's a human connection. And people just
Right.
want to see a real person and with errors and flaws. And like, that was one of the things that they talked about in this video. One of the videos I watched about this renaissance that we're going to enter. People are going to want to hear errors in music where you hit the other string on for a second, or you miss a note, because you can relate to that. That's what people want. And deep down, all humans just want to relate to each other. And we all want to belong, and we all want to be part of this like group. And you don't do that with AI. You're just laughing at computer chips telling you what it thinks is funny. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. There's nothing to it.
I do think that the reason that AI is being shoved down our throats, and that should be cause for alarm for like anybody with any sort of like real critical thinking. Like, I think that like if you think about it critically, it's being rammed down our throats from Silicon Valley and from all of these like tech billionaires and stuff like that,
because they're all trying to make money off of it.
They're all trying to make money on it. That's the whole thing, is that it's a money driven thing. But I do hope that eventually this AI bubble will burst, and then we won't have things like police departments deciding to replace their software so that they can save a little bit of time instead of doing actual police work and like saving an hour, saving a buck here and there. Very scary
It'll
stuff.
all get rejected, I feel. There'll be a movement where people reject it and then it'll fail and flop. And then people will start investing in, artists again, and people will try to make money like they did off of people way back. So
well, do you want to give us your you had a video of a carnival ride malfunction?
Oh yeah. Tom, how do you feel about carnival rides?
I don't like them.
You don't like them. Why do you not like them? Because they're not safe, or they're too thrilling for you?
They're remarkably unsafe. I always hear about how many times have you heard a story about one of those things just start flipping around and just launch everybody off of it? I don't want, or getting. You hear about these things happening every once in a while,
but
I'm good.
That's the thrill, because you never know if it's gonna go crazy, and that nervous edge is what people, I think, ride these things for. I personally used to in my teens and 20s. I rode the zipper, and we tried to flip the zipper car as much as we could. Me and Seth were in one. None of the other cars were flipping. We just had the momentum, and it wasn't where I wasn't even moving. Ours just kept flipping over and over. It was so much fun. I love these rides, but yes, they are not safe all the time, and we have footage of the unsafety caught on camera.
I don't want anything to do with it. I went on Space Mountain with you once. That was my most thrilling ride. I'm not going to go on anymore. That's it.
Space Mountain rules.
Space Mountain felt sick. I'm going to stick to the Little
Mermaid.
Mermaid.
That's just a basic roller coaster. That's not even a crazy ride.
No, I'm sticking with the Little Mermaid ride.
It's not even a ride. That's just a seat when they put a show on in front of you.
That's Jamie, what's your favorite Disneyland ride? Is it Toy Story? I like Toy Story.
Mount Everest. That's a good one in Animal Kingdom.
Mount Everest?
In Florida, yeah. There's a ride in there. It's pretty good.
Oh, is there a Mount Everest in Florida? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'll get up the video while we watch this. I can show you some.
I know more of the Disneyland one, but
I've never been to the Disneyland
I like all
one.
the rides. The Toy Story ride is fun. It's just a game. That's just shooting a gun. It's incredibly
that's
fun,
great.
though. That's fun. But
the best ride is where you go to the place that has the bread bowl, like the veggie gumbo, and you sit the cafeteria.
Tom's favorite ride is the cafeteria.
My favorite ride at Disneyland is the cafeteria, because you go and you get the bread bowl, then you just look down and just table at the end of it. You're satisfied. You ate your entire bowl of soup, then you eat the bowl.
Wow.
It's great.
Then the next ride is the bathroom.
No.
All right, let's check this out. The carnival ride malfunction. Uh-oh, this will keep Tom away from the amusement park for sure.
Moments on a fair ride at a family fun day at a school carnival.
This is the zipper. This is it. This is my favorite ride.
Off the ride, the zipper, and slams into another one.
57 people died when Nathan Barnett went on the zipper and tried to flip it around a bunch of times.
Everyone does it. I'm sure that's what happened here.
Oscos, he's live in Rosemead, where he caught up with witnesses tonight. Ed?
No, he's out here in LA.
All of these witnesses still can't believe it, saying they've only seen something like this before on the internet, but never with their own eyes, just a few feet away. Imagine one moment they're in line waiting to take a ride on the zipper, and the next, the zipper is unzipped. Its cage is crashing down. The video, I'll tell you, it's unbelievable. Watch.
Oh, my God.
Yep. Nope. I will never go on this ride, ever. You will never get me to go on this. Nope.
They're not all crappy. We got to get Tom on one of these, everyone. We got to stream
I'll never go on it. I'll never go. This looks stupid.
1,000 YouTube members. Would you do it for 1,000 YouTube members?
I would do it for 100,000 YouTube members.
Oh, come on.
Chaos at the carnival. The zipper, the popular ride, comes unzipped, sending one of its cages crashing down.
It snapped off, and then it just hit the ground, and that's when everybody started screaming.
Is there anyone in it?
Yeah, there's somebody in there, I think.
Because they're literally just in a metal box. You definitely smashed your head against metal if you were in that. And the only thing to hold on to is a front cage, so your fingers might get crushed if you're holding on to them.
I mean, they'll tell us, right, if somebody was injured during the story.
Yeah, we're interrupting.
Yes, there is someone in there, and there are dozens of other riders still trapped on the zipper, trapped high above, inside the ride's cages.
I mean, it kind of got saved by the other carts. It landed on another one and it slowed the fall.
I like how
No,
it heard you. It literally just answered your question.
It did. The video's like, yes, Nathan. Just
Yes,
watch,
Nathan.
you idiot.
It literally just went, yes, there is someone in there. That's funny. This reminds me of the, I guess if we're going over actual videos of rides malfunctioning, there was another one literally just not long ago.
Is that the whole thing, though? Is that the whole clip?
I don't think it's all. Well, that's a clip of the actual malfunction, unless you want to watch the rest of the news report.
Yeah, watch the rest. I think it'll show it hit the ground.
It hit the ground. Oh, okay. Lovely.
Yeah, you can see it. Like, I want to see the whole thing crash and hit. If they showed it in the beginning, but I think they'll show it again.
What the hell?
You never imagine that type of stuff to happen to you. You always see it on the internet. So it's very just mind-blowing to see that in person, you know?
I know. That's when operators slowly start that ride back up, trying to get everybody off. And then another cage. See it there? It lets loose, crashing down.
It's just still braking.
But yeah, I was very confused when they had turned it back
That
on.
one, they need to reverse it. They're gonna knock. They're sending that one up to the top, and it's not connected.
There's still people
Already
in there.
one had broken off.
Awful.
And
Horrible.
then, sadly, the second one came from the top.
Whoa, what are they doing, bro? Get those kids out.
LA City Fire rushes
I would have
in.
climbed out. Although I don't. I think you're locked in. You can't get out. Actually, it locks from the outside.
Rescuing the trapped riders, a tense rescue. They're all high school students here at the carnival at the Bishop Conati, the Lady of Loretto High School. It's in the Pico Union area. The teenagers all out for a Friday night of fun, riding the zipper.
It's meant to like kind of spin you like upside down and just keeps on spinning you upside down, and then you go like up and down all over.
All over, but not crashing down like this.
Yeah,
dude, it smashed. That's the bad one. That's what I wanted to see. It smashed into the other one, and then it hits the ground from here. So I don't think. I don't
want to go on this ride. I'm sorry. I don't want to go on it.
Come on, Tom. Just go on with me.
I don't want to. No, thank you.
I think it would be thrilling.
I'm gonna stay right here on the ground with things shoved up my butt.
Oh, okay. There, he's back at it.
I hope everybody
Tom's
in the chat.
Ride
I hope you're. I hope everybody's. I hope everybody's taking the butt ride.
Nope. What is?
Come on, Tom. Don't worry about it. This one happened not long ago.
At least 23 people.
But don't worry. This will make you want to go on a ride. 100%. Don't worry about it.
People were hurt when the amusement park ride that they were on collapsed. Take a look.
Oh no. Oh my God! Did someone's seat smash into the post? Did you see that? There's people on that whole thing. Someone got crushed against that post.
Yeah, did somebody die here?
Look, unless it hit exactly where no one was sitting.
No one was critically injured in this, but there were obviously. I think some people were hospitalized. No one died from it though. But yeah.
So I think it crushed the seat that was empty. You can see it for a second before it hits.
I mean, they got very lucky if that was the case.
Sober Life thinks someone lost their leg. Jolene, really? It would look like it. Oh my God, Jamie, this is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
don't go on these amusement park rides. Stop it.
This one was in Dubai, I believe it was. Oh no, sorry, Saudi Arabia.
Oh my God. Ooh! Yeah, it's right where there are seats.
Just a horrific incident there. This happened in.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
Yeah, was there
crazy? That is Final Destination stuff, Fraxter.
Yeah, how bad were the injuries on this one, Jamie?
I believe a couple of people obviously went to hospital. I don't know the extent of their injuries. I just know that they were hospitalized, but they did not die, thankfully. So
I think DJ Nicky is right. These are rides run by AI.
Yeah, the problem I guess with a lot of the stuff like in Saudi Arabia is some of those as well can be mismanaged. Not really. It's not a big brand, so I think a lot of these are done by the cheap, and not correctly put together in some of these parks.
I don't want it. I don't want to go on these rides.
You telling me that did not convince you, Tom?
Nope. I don't
Wow.
want to go on them.
I thought
that
for
was
sure.
scary.
I thought for sure that would win you over. It's like,
Nope.
Yeah, there's a lot of these rides that fail and fall apart. So be careful what rides you go on, everyone. I do love the Zipper. It is very fun, but it's a janky ride for sure.
Yeah,
well,
no, thank you.
This one's not a broken one, but I can show you the Mount Everest ride if you want, because someone filmed it, I think. So.
Oh
this
yeah,
is my favorite ride. Why not?
Show us that. This is
Let's
Jamie's
go on a ride
favorite
together where it's safe, everyone.
We're going on it together on the internet where it has not crashed, so don't worry about it, guys.
You can shake your seat around,
I guess.
Yeah, you
as we
can
watch.
shake around as if you're gonna enjoy it.
Tom, you can put stuff in your butt as we ride it.
Yeah, see, this is the safer way. This is the safe way to ride a roller coaster. Look at this. Let's go.
Wee.
Everybody
Hey,
with
it's
us.
This is like when Tom and Jamie rode their scooters on the deck.
Yeah, this is it. Look.
I was in one of those cloaks though, so that actually.
I know.
Not only did I do the voiceover, but I also was. Well, no, Nexpo did the voiceover.
Nexpo and Jamie did the voiceover, but you did the body work for them.
So I will say,
Seth, I think.
for context on this, that you basically are the lore behind the ride is you're looking for basically the abominable snowman, Bigfoot-esque, the Yeti in the Himalayas.
So it's a cryptid ride.
As you're in the queue, there's like obviously stories about expeditions going missing and footprints found near the area and torn tents and stuff. And you're essentially looking for Bigfoot.
That's actually kind of cool. I wish this was in the LA one is closer to me.
Yeah.
I wish this was there. Just different rides in the different parks though. So
yeah, I don't think I've ever ridden this.
This is a nice one. But yeah.
I've been to Disney World in Florida a few times, but I don't think I ever rode this ride.
It's an Animal Kingdom should go on.
Oh, what are you gonna do here? You're screwed. And also, who ruined the tracks like that?
Yeah, who did that?
Was
that
Bigfoot there?
Is Bigfoot there?
He's there.
Oh no.
Where?
All together now, guys.
All I see is Florida hotels. Uh-oh, we're going backwards. This is bad.
Jeez, it gets really scary.
It's pretty spooky, guys.
I mean, I guess at least with Disney, the ride probably won't malfunction.
Yeah, well, they have to check it every day, don't they, to see if anything, and then they shut it down if there's any signs of things happening.
Abominable snowman.
Wow.
He's the one breaking the track.
It all makes sense now.
And is the abominable snowman basically just a snow Sasquatch?
Yeah, it's that version. There's always like a version of Bigfoot in every area, and I guess in Asia, it's the abominable snowman.
What does abominable mean?
Ferocious,
You never
maybe?
know.
All right,
Yeah,
let's see.
evil.
If I had to guess. But yeah.
This roller coaster doesn't look. I mean, this roller coaster doesn't look too bad. This is mostly just track.
Yeah, it's just track. I like the story of it because I like walking through the queue and you're looking for Bigfoot.
That's the best part of all the rides is all the beginning stuff. Like Indiana Jones ride is so
there
much
he
fun
is.
going through the caves.
Look, we saw him. He's Bigfoot, I think.
I would maybe go on
you
this
vaguely
one
see him.
because this one's not extreme.
Yeah, I would go for it for the lore. Anyway, that was my favorite ride. But yeah.
The Zipper, I still don't really want to go on.
Oh, Yoda says it means like terrible. The terrible snowman.
Oh yeah, we should ask Yoda. Yoda, what's the worst thing that you stuck up your butt?
I'm sure he's never stuck anything up his butt. Stop asking people this question.
Yeah, but he's in the bathtub all the time. He must be doing something.
What does that
in there.
mean? It means he's just soaking his bod.
He's soaking his butt in there all the time.
No, Tom, you got to stop thinking everyone.
No,
puts
look,
stuff
see,
up their
let
butt
me
just
think.
'cause you
Yeah,
do.
see, exactly. I knew that Yoda's probably one of the people in the emergency room having to get things removed.
No, no one puts things in their butt.
Well, this is maybe this will segue into our next story here. Nathan, there was recently a smart fridge ad for Pluribus that showed up on a woman's smart fridge. It triggered a psychotic episode, a psychotic break in the UK.
Oh God.
So apparently what happened, and this was detailed in the woman's sister. And so believe it or not, this may or may not be true. This is the New York Post reporting this story. But the woman's sister detailed the story in a viral Reddit post recently saying, quote, my schizophrenic sister was hospitalized herself because she thought she was having a psychotic episode. Turns out it was an advert on the LED screen. And what the smart fridge showed was an ad for Pluribus that said, we're sorry we upset you, Carol. The woman's name was Carol, and she thought that her smart fridge was talking to her, but it was really just,
God.
It was, she was a schizophrenic woman who had a smart fridge. On the fridge, it had the ad for, in the show, if you haven't seen Pluribus, the woman Carol is being spoken to by like everybody on Earth who are now hosts to an alien like mind control. And so she gets personalized messages to her TV and like all of that in the show. So as part of that viral marketing, they started putting advertisements on things like Facebook and on smart fridges. And she got an ad saying, we're sorry we upset you, Carol. And she had a psychotic break and had to get hospitalized.
Oh God. I mean, there should be a warning on these things for people who might have that condition. Don't listen to your fridge. It's not real.
Don't listen to your fridge. This was the ad company. It's the Family Hub software that is capable of displaying ads on the Family Hub panel, specifically on the cover screens. They do say that you can disable them, but she would have had to that's kind of like the company. That's kind of like the company saying like, well, you could always disable your ads, but I don't think that should be on. That shouldn't be on the person who has a smart fridge to be like, oh well, I like, yes, this is an extraordinary circumstance, but like this is a very scary situation that like this person who was suffering from schizophrenia then thought that her fridge was talking to her and then she had a psychotic break. Crazy. I also think smart fridges are this is a personal opinion. I also think that smart fridges are weird. I don't think you need that sort of I also don't think you need to have this information on your refrigerator. But if you do, you shouldn't be getting targeted ads for Pluribus.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably change the ad settings. I think it really is just like an iPad strapped to the fridge. It's like a computer now, your refrigerator. Everything's a computer now. But I do kind of think those fridges are interesting because like you can just click like order new milk when you're out of milk, and it's such an easy what time to do it because you see your food and you remember what you need. I get it, but yeah, I also am a fan of physically going to the store and having to do things physically. I don't really like too much automation and convenience because it makes us lazy. And also, I love going to the grocery store, so it's like something to do, you know.
I went to the grocery store today. It's great. I love like you get to have a conversation. Like we had a conversation with a nice man in the elevator. We complimented him on his list. He was very organized and he was
nice.
Just very pleasant conversation. I don't think that we need to.
Also, if you're single, good place to meet someone is at the grocery store. Don't be using Amazon shopping because you'll never get a girlfriend or boyfriend.
Did you ever tell the chat about your move at grocery stores that you would use on people?
I didn't. You can tell them if you want.
Oh yeah, Nathan's move. He had the same move. I saw him use this on a dozen women, at least. You'd run up to a woman. You go. I never do this, but I saw you from across the store, and I have to ask you for your number. But you did the same lead up line.
Well, I said that in the beginning, and then I had to stop saying it. I did say it a lot in the beginning.
You used it a dozen times. You used it on a dozen different women.
I would say I don't normally do this, which is true. But then after I did it a lot, I stopped saying that, and I said, "Hey, I know." I started saying, "I know this is kind of random and out of nowhere, but I was wondering if I could just ask you for your number." Because me, Seth, Jared, and Zach all said to each other, like, we wanted to talk to more girls, and because we were afraid of talking to girls. So we'd say every time we go to the grocery store, you gotta try to talk to at least one girl, or ask someone if they have a boyfriend, or just say like, "Hey, could I go out? Would you want to go out?" In as least of a creepy way as you can. And then I will tell you this: none of them said yes, but almost all of them said, "Thank you very much, though, that you made my night." They'd all take it like a compliment because it's nice to get asked out. Katie got asked out yesterday when she was at
Wow.
work. She gets asked out all the time. People are always like,
By
"Do you
the
have a
children?
boyfriend?"
The
No,
children asked her out?
when she takes the kids out, she goes and gets like ice cream or pizza or whatever. She goes to the park, and when she's just out with the kids, guys will just ask her out all the time. So, or when she's just at the store, Katie just gets asked out a lot. I'm sure most girls do. It's probably
I
annoying.
feel like that's gotta. I
but
feel like that's gotta be so like.
it's hard
like,
as a guy who's afraid
yeah,
of talking to girls
we're-
because you hear girls don't want to be asked out. I don't think
Uh-huh.
that's true. Most girls will say it's a compliment and it's nice to be asked out. But do it in a way where it's not creepy. But yes, at the grocery store, I used to ask out girls often, and it was my only way because otherwise I didn't run into girls. I didn't want to ask out the girls I was performing with at the theater, Upright Citizens Brigade. I didn't want to ask out people I was filming videos with or on commercials or professional shoots with. So the grocery store was the one place where it was like neutral, and I didn't have any connection to
makes
people.
sense.
And it wasn't weird because it was like, oh, hey, just I'm right in front of you, and you can also they can look at you, you can see you, you can hear you, smell you, you can get so much out of a personal experience. It's so much better than online dating. That's how I met Katie, in person at an arcade, and I saw her and I was like, I like the way you look, sound, smell, act, move. I like everything about you. Do you want to hang out? And then it just worked out, and now we're
You didn't
together.
do your move. You didn't do. I don't ordinarily do this.
I did not. I walked over to her
Wow.
and I asked her about the game she was playing, and then I got distracted by the quarters on the ground. I started talking to her about all the quarters, and I started picking them up off the ground, and she saw a man with a really large mustache picking up loose change off the ground on his hands and knees, and she thought, this guy's funny, and then she kept
That's
hanging out
how.
with me.
But like that's how you knew it was meant to be because you didn't use the usual move. You used an all new
Yeah.
move.
It wasn't even a move. She just saw
worked.
me not wanting to pass up free money on the ground, quarters.
Wow.
She's like, I like this guy. He's thrifty. And Rob,
Wow.
Carly Rae Jepsen was on the dating app. I met her on an app.
Oh yeah, that was
and
on
that's why
that was on
it didn't-
Raya, right?
That was on Raya, and that's why I didn't go anywhere. And we texted and talked on the phone for a month, and nothing ever happened because it was a stupid dating app. So that's why I don't like dating apps, because a lot of those people don't even want to actually meet up. They just want someone to text with forever, and then they never actually do the meetup. So ask people out at the grocery store if they don't have a ring on. I learned I had to start looking for rings on fingers, which was really hard to do because I never knew what hand it was on. Still don't know what hand it's on.
I mean,
I'm
I guess
engaged, and I don't know what hand the ring goes on.
it's on the left. But yeah, I guess like as you get older, that would be like a thing to look for. Yeah, that would make sense. That's like in Die Hard 2 when John McClane goes to use the fax machine, and the lady at the airport hits on him, and he just holds up his hand and like kind of like shakes his fingers around to show his ring.
Yeah, jiggles the ring.
You got to be more like John McClane at the airport.
I don't have my ring yet. I'm not married yet, so someone could still lock it down. If anyone out there?
Oh,
Katie's not moving. Oh, wait, is that up to her? How does it work? I propose to her, and then she marries me.
I mean, it's a mutual thing. I think you both have to marry. You both have to choose to marry each other. I think. What we should do if we want Odd Boys to continue, I think we need to monetize this occasion. So
Katie will not want this.
I think if we get enough subs and enough members in the chat, then you just go to the courthouse and we just make it a stream.
We just live stream it.
That's what every lady wants, right? Am I right, ladies? You just want it to be you want it to be a membership goal.
Well, I'll tell you this: if we were to stream me getting married, that would be hands down the oddest episode ever for the Odd Boys. Because who knew I would get married? Not me.
I mean, yeah, but I think eventually you meet. I do think that everybody eventually meets people that they're compatible with. And I don't think not everybody gets married. Like not everybody has that in their DNA that they get married, or maybe they make the wrong decision and they get scared and they don't do it.
I never thought I'd had it in me. I never thought I wanted it. Then I met this lady. She's cool.
What I was gonna say is once you choose to make the leap, I always think you had that dog in you. You just had to let him out of its cage.
Yeah, I guess so. Or I had to be put in the cage.
No, you gotta. Well, you gotta let it. We gotta put you on the leash.
Yeah, put me at least to restrain me.
Put you on
Because
the
you know
leash.
me, I was out there dating them all.
You're a horn dog.
I was literally never on dates, live streaming every night, playing games alone, literally for years. I never even hung out with another woman for 10 years.
I will say, I give you a little bit of credit. I as somebody who knows you, I don't think you weren't a prolific dater, but you did often have a girlfriend.
No, I had a 10-year gap.
No, you die without naming names. There were a few ladies in there.
There was Siobhan, which ended in 2000 and
not girlfriend, but I'm saying you went on. I'm saying you went on.
And then
you did go on some dates.
And then there was
between
Colleen.
Yeah.
After her, and that ended in 2015. And then after that, there was one girl I dated for a month, and then I went on 2 dates recently, over a year ago. That wasn't even that recent now. So literally there was like a 10-year gap of nothing. And those 2 dates were literally just dinner.
But lunch. to be fair, for like 3 of those years was COVID.
Yep.
So true. I mean, that kind of put a bit of a damper on activities. But
I was still out. I was doing stuff all the time. I mean, everyone saw I was streaming when I was living in Portland during COVID. I was out there. I was streaming it, showing it. I was doing stuff.
Don't sell yourself short, Nathan Casanova. We all know that you're the suavest live streamer this side of Twitch.
We know that's not true.
No, but you had a couple of girlfriends in there. It wasn't always. You weren't always the lonely man in the woods.
There was genuinely a 10-year gap.
Of a serious girlfriend. Of a serious girlfriend, yeah.
I've only had about 5 serious girlfriends, and other than that, there was nothing. There was like a 1-date thing, getting food. That doesn't even count. There was no like shorter relationships. There was only like almost a year, and that was only like 5 times. And 3 of them were in high school.
You had Frank.
I still do. Frank's right here, actually. He's right here next to me. He's staying here today.
Just give him a kiss. Stick him up your butt.
Me. My God, your obsession with butts. What I want to know is when producer Jamie's going to lock it down, when he's going to marry the Queen of Dragons, the blonde lady from Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah. When are you going to get married, Jamie?
I'll never get married. Never.
What?
No.
Why?
You're going to marry, what's her name? What's that girl's name, everyone? I can't remember. Oh, he's going to be asleep already. Talking in his dreams. Khaleesi. What was the actress's name? I forget her name.
I don't remember her name. Yeah,
it's the only British person I could think of.
Yeah, Jamie, she's British.
Yeah, marry the Queen of Dragons.
Wait, what is the Amelia Clark?
Amelia Clark, yeah, she's cool. I used to see her a lot on Raya, on the dating app. Her and the girl from Penguin, who I also danced next to on New Year's Eve last year for like the whole night. She was right. Her group was dancing next to me, Seth and Katie, all night. What's that girl's name who was in the Penguin TV show? She was also on Community. Anyway,
I don't know. Didn't watch that show. Well, we've got a couple more stories.
I don't know why I brought her up. Oh, because those are famous people from Raya that I would see.
We should finish off we've got one minor story and then we've got the major story here. I'll say
Christine Milioti. I just remembered. Sorry.
Didn't hear about that.
Firing. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. So this is this story is just like kind of a crazy story. So we'll keep it going. But yes, Nathan, you finally. Well, I'll close this one up. I'll pin this by saying, congratulations on finding true love. I hope everybody out there I was lucky to have found somebody I love. Nathan found somebody he loved. I hope everybody. I hope everybody in the world. I hope everybody out there.
Unless you don't want it. Unless you already had enough love and you don't like being alone. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your solidarity.
Yeah. If you want to be screwed jerking in the woods, that's up to you too. You can be out there too. Just don't stick anything up your butt.
Jerking in the woods.
That's fine too,
That's the alternative. Some people get married, some people jerk it in the woods. Those are the alternatives.
Yeah, I mean, really, there's no other options. There's true love.
Oh my God.
These are the options for you guys.
Well, I guess Roomba's jerking it in the woods. We got one.
True loves.
We got one woodsman.
Yeah, exactly. There's true love, and then there's Scrooge jerking in the woods. That's it. That's all you've got. I don't make the rules. That's just what they are.
Yoda's.
I don't know.
Oh no, Yoda. I was gonna say Yoda was jerking in the woods. Now him and his Canadian lady are jerking it together in the woods.
The Canadian wilderness.
Yeah.
They're in. That's Yoda now.
This
Yoda's
episode is so freaking unhinged.
This is what Yoda. I'm so glad for Yoda's in Saskatoon, jerking into the woods like Uncle Scrooge.
This is what you guys pay for. I hope you all become members and you can listen to Tom talking about jerking it in the woods and putting stuff up his butt.
That should be a mystery that we should talk about at some point. Is the woods porn?
What?
Did you ever hear it?
Rick Canavan.
Yeah. Well, that was like a thing in like the 80s and 90s.
Trash bag porn. It's always wet.
That was the thing. Yeah, that was the thing in the 80s and 90s in America. You'd go in the woods and like without a doubt, anytime you went into the woods, there'd be like a trash bag or something with like, because people would like hide their like Playboy magazines in the woods somewhere. And you'd be like walking in the woods, you'd see like a bag and it'd be full of like Playboy magazines or something in the middle of the woods.
My friend Rick, Tom knows, there was a section of woods between my house and Rick's house. And Rick, I don't know if he put it there. I don't remember who did this, but he said there's a trash bag in the woods under a bunch of leaves. And I found it, and it was true. In this wet trash bag, there was a bunch of Playboys, and they were mostly wet. And you could see like 70s boobs in the woods if you wanted. And you got, if you want to start doing naughty things, you got to make sure it's the summertime and there's plenty of leaves for coverage, because you could see right through that woods in the winter.
The sad thing about the woods porn, I talked to Alligator about this on a stream once, because Al was like, I mentioned it, and Al was like, the woods porn. Everybody had the woods porn when they were in like.
So funny. I can say I never did anything sketchy in any forest.
Well,
I was too afraid.
The people that put it there, it's like that was probably some like middle-aged guy hiding those magazines from his wife,
and
in
all
like
these kids found it
in like 1989 or 1991, and he's like, but the man had to go to the woods to like to hide his shame and like read his magazines in peace. But like that's so sad to think that like somebody had to retreat to the woods to read their naughty magazines.
Yoda thought we were talking about people making porn in the woods. No, people would hide porno in trash bags in the woods and then go in the woods and enjoy the porno mags.
It was
I never enjoyed it. I did find Rick's bag though, and I saw what he had or who someone had put in the woods.
It was probably I remember you had Rick. I don't know. Do you remember Larry Trust? I remember Larry Trust.
Yeah, I know Larry Trust. He's a freaking legend. Yeah, Bob talks about him all the time.
Yeah, Larry Trust used to hide his magazines in the woods too. Wary, because he had a like a list.
He had the W lisp.
Yeah, so we. Larry was. I wonder whatever happened to that guy. Yeah, Larry.
He's on Instagram. Bob's always sending me his Instagram posts.
No,
they're so funny.
Wait. No, you did you follow? When I did have I think I was on Facebook. He had a Facebook profile for a while, and he referred to himself as the Beantown Brawler.
Yeah, he's still doing that.
Hell yeah, Larry Trust, the Beantown Brawl out there, still hiding his magazines in the woods.
I should go by that when I box, because I'm from Massachusetts. That should be.
You should have Larry. You should have Larry be
Brawler.
You should have Larry be part of your ring crew, the real Beantown Brawler.
Well, I think according to Bob, Larry has said some questionable things because he's kind of an idiot. And he doesn't know what he's saying. So I don't know if I want to be associated. Larry, I think, is a nice guy, but he's just, well, Larry is also, I think, has some challenges. So,
Larry was amazing. But I like Larry. I haven't followed him. Well, we need to move into this next story. So this is the last minor story, and then I'm going to go into the major story, which is Stranger Things.
The title story of the episode. Some people have been waiting for that. We haven't mentioned Stranger Things yet.
The title story. I will say, if you were able to support the show, we do have a Ko-Fi with it just has a goal on there for an odd new year, or consider getting a membership or doing a super chat. It does help keep the show going. It helps keep the lights on in all of our studios and keeps the beans flowing. This is it keeps the bean pipeline running from the United States of America all the way to England. So help us ship the beans all the way back to England, and then we are able to keep the electricity going over here. Oh yes, also make sure you smash like, hit subscribe, and thanks for all the support.
Look, everybody. We got a cameo from Frankenstein. Hello, Frank.
Frank.
Help support the channel and get Frankie some treats.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for everybody who did supers tonight. We got a couple supers, so thank you very much.
Before we go into the main story, do you want to just quickly leave and come back, Tom? Because your audio is obviously out of sync again.
Oh, it does the thing with the virtual camera. It's so weird that it does that. Yeah. Hold on 1 second, guys. I gotta leave really quick. I'll be right back.
You guys can listen to me, watch me sleeping while Tom leaves and comes back. There we go.
Okay, how's that? Am I synced again?
I think so. Do a quick
talk.
Hello.
Looks good to me.
Synced.
Better than before, so let's do it.
Okay. So we've got 2 stories left. We've got the main story, and then this is just a crazy event that happened. A man ruptured his stomach drinking a celebrity chef's liquid nitrogen cocktail. And there is video of this. This is crazy. So this was in Russia, I believe. There is a 38-year-old guest named Sergey who was encouraged to drink a cocktail immediately. And there is now a viral video circulating online, and this is, you should never do this, anybody. You should never do this.
Don't drink liquid nitrogen.
No. And this is like a thing with like I guess this is a thing with celebrity chefs, is that they use liquid nitrogen to get that like smoke effect. But basically this man was encouraged to drink a liquid nitrogen infused drink immediately, drank it, and moments later he collapsed in pain.
So did it like rip the lining of his stomach inside, like acid melted his skin or something? Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Yes. So apparently, this man tore his stomach lining and required. He caused his stomach to rupture. Luckily, the man is going to be okay. But emergency services had to be called. He was rushed to surgery, and the liquid nitrogen rapidly expanded inside of his body, causing his stomach to rupture, and he had to get admitted to intensive care shortly thereafter. And I do believe there is a Twitter. I think there's a Twitter video showing it. So if Jamie wants to pull that up, but yes, do not drink liquid nitrogen.
Russians will drink anything too. They're just drinking vodka out in the middle of the woods.
Well, don't drink that either. Don't drink vodka. Don't drink liquid nitrogen. Don't drink any of it.
Yeah, only drink gamer subs.
Hello guys, welcome back. So a shocking moment happened in Moscow during a Christmas eating, and told the guest.
Oh, there was a Twitter video too. Is this from like?
There's a video on the website.
I couldn't find the.
On the bottom of the website, Jamie, there's a video.
Oh, is it the
bottom?
bottom?
Yeah, the URL.
Yeah. There's like the direct Twitter video of it.
I just clicked it. Maybe I don't know why it's not showing for you.
Yeah.
Maybe they took it.
Oh, not found.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's right where it says not found. I can text. I can text it to you because I just opened it up in another window and watched it.
Let's see if I can see it.
It might. I wonder if it's because you have you're in another country.
It might be something like that, yeah, depending on the
It's only opening in a specific browser of mine as well.
Yeah, I have Chrome.
Video. Oh wait,
I had to open it in Microsoft Edge or whatever.
Yeah, maybe this will open it now. Yeah, that's where I saw it. I think it like redirected to a Twitter thread.
Oh, it's been withheld from the United Kingdom.
Oh, what about
Tsunami?
Yeah,
well, Jamie can't. Well, Jamie can't watch it, but maybe we can add that in a post or something if we find it. But yes, a man drank a drink. He drank a drink that was made with liquid nitrogen. Stomach ruptured, but the man Sergey, after immediate hospitalization, did survive, but very, very scary stuff.
Nothing really happens. Basically, what you see is he puts the cup up to his mouth and then instantly spits it out. Smoke comes out of his mouth, and the video ends 1 second.
And then he kind of like grabs it. He kind of like
literally
grabs his
that
stomach
thumbnail that you're showing, Jamie. Those two stills. That's what happens.
Oh,
he drinks it and goes bleh. So, yeah.
I see. Okay.
Okay. Well, we can we can move into the grand finale of this week's episode. Then I will say before we get into it, thank you everybody for being here. Please like the stream if you haven't, and thank you for all the support. Thanks for being here with Odd Boys. This will be a spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen Stranger Things. It'll be a bit light spoiler, I guess. I'm not going to get super deep.
If you haven't
into
watched
it,
the finale, be careful. You might want to mute at a certain point.
Yeah, this will be like a light spoiler-ish, but it'll kind of talk about the ending. So it'll be like light spoiler-ish. So Nathan, you have not seen. Do you care that we talk about? Do you not care?
I don't. I haven't watched
Okay.
Stranger Things. I don't care to watch it, and I didn't even know about what this story was until you said it to me. So this is all news to me. Sounds kind of interesting though. There being possibly another ending or something.
Yeah. So let me just find something here. Hold on one second. So okay. So basically so here's the thing. So Stranger Things, the finale just happened over this past like week or so. There was the first half that happened over Thanksgiving, second half over Christmas, and then the finale happened on New Year's. Now there is a giant conspiracy consuming the internet called Conformity Gate. You have not heard about this at all.
I've never heard of this. No.
So basically what I guess the short end of this is with Conformity Gate, what people are theorizing is that the finale that already happened, the finale that just happened, is not real, and that the Duffer Brothers are withholding the real ending. And originally what they said is they thought that it would happen on the 7th. That's when this true ending would be revealed. But now the goalpost has been moved, and what they're saying now is that all of these things will be revealed on the 12th. Now, what is interesting is the Duffers are releasing a documentary about the final season of Stranger Things on the 12th. So there is a documentary coming out on the 12th that's being hyped up by Netflix about the finale of Stranger Things, about the final season. Now, the thing that I don't want to give any credence to this if there wasn't something there. And there are a lot of things that people have pointed out that do have me going, So I'm going to say some of these things to you, and just I want to get your read on this. And these are all things that people have pointed out about the final season, about the finale, that lead them to believe that there's more going on than beneath the surface than what we were shown. So in the final season, Lucas, so there's been a lot of fourth wall breaking, and I'm just going to present this evidence to you. And this is like in the finale. So I'm going to present this evidence to you, and then you can give me your read. So in the finale, Lucas looks at the camera and says, "I don't believe in coincidences." And he breaks that fourth wall and looks at it. So that's how I'm going to lead into this, is that a major character does not believe in coincidences.
Is this one of the four
Nathan.
young kids, or is this someone else?
This is one of the four kids. And I'm going to start this off with, I don't believe in coincidences either, Nathan, because I think the Conformity Gate is real.
Oh, boy.
So I don't think that it's real. So I'm going to lead this off with saying, and I'm just going to present this information to you. So the episode starts, goes through the grand finale. There's a major battle, and the kids defeat the Mind Flayer. They defeat Vecna. Cuts to 18 months later, and then there's a whole epilogue. And this is the spoiler. I'm revealing the ending to everybody who hasn't seen it. So if you don't want to hear the ending, mute, or you can still watch the episode, but I'm revealing this ending. But this makes sense in the spoiler. So the episode leads into, there's a grand battle. The kids and Joyce and all the major characters do battle against Vecna. They do battle against the Mind Flayer. They are able to defeat the Mind Flayer. They are able to defeat Vecna. Joyce cuts off Vecna's head, and he dies. Cuts to 18 months later, frees all the children that are captured, and end of the battle, end of the story. Supposedly 11 allegedly dies, which is we're led to believe that she dies. It cut to 18 months later, and there's a whole epilogue, and it shows what all of the characters are doing. They graduate high school. The older kids go to college. The Sheriff Hopper and Joyce, they are in a restaurant. He proposes to Joyce, and he says he gets a job offer. Where did he get a job offer? He got a job offer to be the sheriff in Montauk, New York, where the Montauk Project is. And then
don't the Duffer Brothers connect this show to all kinds of real life?
They do, and
conspiracies.
They do, and it was originally titled Montauk. So that was a big inspiration for the entire series. Anyway, was the Montauk Project and the Philadelphia experiment. And then the series ends like it began. It ends with a game of Dungeons and Dragons. The kids play Dungeons and Dragons. They go back upstairs, and then the younger kids come down the stairs and they start playing Dungeons and Dragons. And that ends the series. It ends on a happy note. The new generation playing Dungeons and Dragons, the old generation finishes their game. That's the end of the story. Or that's what they want you to think. Now, some things that stuck out to me in this ending that does lead me to believe that these would have to be like crazy errors by the Duffers. So that's the other option, is that these could just be crazy errors by the Duffers. But there are dozens of just Henry's time errors versus the actual time errors. Within this finale, Will talks about getting milkshakes at Melvid's, which is the general store that Joyce worked at in Stranger Things. They don't have those milkshakes existed in the 1950s. They didn't exist in the 1980s when the show takes place. And these things...
But didn't you say someone in the show worked there?
Joyce worked there. And Joyce makes no reference to this. Like, Joyce does not make... Joyce is the mother, like Winona Ryder's character.
Winona Ryder? Okay, so this was before the kids were alive. This was like the 50s or 60s?
Well, in the 50s and 60s, this place did serve milkshakes, but in the finale, Will talks about getting milkshakes at Melvid's, and that's something that he treasures with his friends. And
but
he really
like did that in the show?
No, they never did that in the show. They didn't have that. So a lot of
so
people...
he's in another timeline or something.
Well, a lot of people are theorizing that all of the major characters got Vecna'd. Like, Vecna is now in control of everybody and is in control of their minds.
And what does Vecna do? What is he? What is this monster?
He does like mind control. Like, he's gone in and like he's taken over their minds.
And that's what he does. He makes them think they drank milkshakes when they didn't. Oh no.
Well, so the theory...
what a dumb thing to make him say.
So the theory going into this is that, and the thing that I do think is fascinating is that if this is true, he gave them all like a stereotypically happy ending, which could be bad writing, or it could be Vecna, like, basically Truman showed them and put them all into like the happy, you won, you defeated everybody.
But really outside, the world is crumbling and burning or something.
He's in control of it. And there are a lot of like strange things in the finale. So during the graduation sequence, this is something I did find interesting. During the graduation sequence, the colors of Hawkins High School are green and yellow. Those are their school colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
During the graduation, they're all dressed in orange, which are not their school colors. So, and they're all sitting in a pose, like a hands clasped and at their on their laps. And this is the pose that Henry, who is Vecna, had when he was working at Hawkins' lab. Like, he had that pose while he was there.
Was a person at one point. He's not just some cyber, like some interdimensional demon.
Yes,
being.
Henry was like the original 11 in the show, and then like he ends up going to this place called Dimension X, and he becomes Vecna.
Was that the Upside Down or whatever they used to call it?
The Upside Down is a place in between Dimension X and Earth. So there's like Earth, Dimension X, or Earth, Dimension X, and then the Upside Down is in between the two.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
The only thing I saw was the beginning seasons. I watched a couple episodes, and I saw Barb get taken to the Upside Down. Did Barb ever get taken back?
No.
Did they ever save Barb?
Barb is just rotting in the upside. She's just dead. She's just dead in the upside down. She's the same thing as
They never
like.
did anything with her after.
No, she was just dead. They just left her there. Sad.
The freaking poor Barb.
Yeah. What about Barb?
Wow. Okay.
So another interesting thing that I'm going to say here is that the final credits, when the final credits of the show rolled, you see a dice, a D&D dice, and on that dice is a 7. Now, a 7 is what Will rolled to defeat Vecna in the D&D game, the D&D campaign that they're running earlier in the series. That 7 does not defeat Vecna earlier in the series. If you were going to win, it would make sense to me that you would show on screen a dice that says D20. A D20 would be like a perfect roll. That would mean like you won. Now, they could just be showing a nod to an earlier time, an earlier game in the show when the kids were playing D&D. So they showed that 7. But that does seem like a very deliberate choice to make, to show that dice displayed as a 7 instead of a D20, meaning that the kids just think that they won. They didn't actually win. Another thing that I will point out here, and this is another piece of evidence to Conformity Gate that I'll provide to you, is when the kids stack their D&D books, like their campaign books, at the end of the show, it spells out X a lie, like dimension X was like X a lie.
Like the cake is a lie, but Dimension X.
Well, like you can read the letters and the books say like, Will, Max, blah, blah, blah. But the way that it lines up in a picture that was displayed for promotional purposes, it spells X a lie. Like like they were rearranged, like the actual books were rearranged so that the names line up to say X a lie, which is another really weird thing. Another piece of evidence that I'm going to point out is that in season 4, this is going back to season 4, during season 4, in the D&D game that Eddie runs, Eddie Munson, who is a character who dies during season 4, but he was a dungeon master as well, running a D&D campaign. In their campaign against Vecna, Vecna is a character in D&D as well, but then they call Henry's character Vecna. In the D&D campaign, Eddie says they think that they defeated Vecna in the D&D campaign. Eddie says that not only in their campaign does Vecna live, he's missing an arm, he's missing an eye, but Vecna's alive. Your role did not defeat Vecna. In the finale of season 5, Vecna loses an arm, he loses an eye, and still alive if they're mirroring the events of the game, the D&D campaign that they were running before. There's so many little things like that I'm like, Now, this is probably this is very compelling as well. I'll present this to you. Now, do you remember that Netflix showed the series in theaters? It showed the finale in theaters, right?
Yeah.
Now, and a lot of people might be upset thinking, well, I paid money for a ticket to go see the finale of Stranger Things, but you'd be wrong. Netflix, it turns out, did not charge money to see the finale of Stranger Things. What you bought was vouchers for food, and that money went to the theaters. No money was given to Netflix. Netflix did not charge money for the finale of Stranger Things. All of that money went directly to the theaters, and what you bought were food vouchers, but you didn't actually buy a ticket. So even if people were upset, Netflix
Why did they do that? Oh, so they couldn't get yelled at?
Right. Netflix could say, well, you didn't buy a ticket to the movie. You bought a snack voucher. You didn't buy a ticket to the movie.
And why did they want it in theaters then? Just to help the promotion and the hype?
Promotion, hype, and like the Duffer Brothers really wanted it to be in theaters. So like,
yeah.
Another thing that's just come out.
This all just sounds like they wrote it to make you do this right now, to make you wonder. No. Think what you don't know what's going on. It sounds like this is part of their plan. Also, I think Jamie found a picture of XLI, and I don't think it says XLI. It says XILE.
It says XLI. Right?
I wanted to show this. Yeah. Is this correct, Tom? Because like what Nathan said.
Yeah, show that. I have my headphones in. I just have to help Frankie.
No, there.
whining.
So
Yeah,
this was in the
XAIO.
no. So it was posted as a bit of promotional material by one of the cast, and the books have been rearranged to spell out something
Oh.
else. But
So
people
they moved Dustin and Will. They swapped them.
right, but people pointed that out, being like, why would they show this? Like, why would they rearrange it?
Interesting. I wonder if we can find that image. What cast member
Yeah.
posted it? Does the chat know? This is all just ARG conspiracy talk to help promote the show, to make you talk about it and watch it.
So I've got a couple more pieces of so the number 7 shows up quite a bit, like that role. Now, something that people have pointed out is that so during the finale, Steve falls off a radio tower. It cuts to black for exactly 7 seconds. And then it comes back, and then Steve is caught, and they pull him back up to the radio tower. Now, what they theorize is that during those 7 seconds, that's when everybody got Vecna'd. Because it does The Sopranos, where like it cuts to black for 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it comes back and they catch Steve and they pull him back up. Now, what they're theorizing is that if this is true, if Conformity Gate is true, we'll eventually get a real, like maybe on the 12th, if this is true, we'll get a real cut where that's when this switch happened, and that's when everybody got Vecna'd during that 7-second blackout.
Okay. And it's interesting.
Something else,
7 seconds, like 7.
It's exactly 7 seconds, which was that role that they had in the game where they lost to Vecna during season 4. Will rolled a 7. Vecna lives. Speaking of Vecna lives, there was a promotional, there was a toy, it was a flashlight, released not that long ago for the radio station that's in Stranger Things season 5 called WSQK. There was a flashlight released. Now, if you put the package of that flashlight under a blacklight, it spells out Vecna lives. There is a blacklight only bit of writing that says Vecna lives under the like on the packaging of that itself. Now, something interesting about this radio station too. The radio station has gone off the air. The radio station is coming back on the 11th, shortly before the documentary comes out on the 12th. Now, the number 7, a lot of people were theorizing. That's why people were saying that January 7th, we're going to get the full reveal and the full episodes will be out. Like basically what they're saying is that
that was 2 days ago.
Right. But now what people have pointed out is that the Duffer Brothers have been super influenced by Nightmare on Elm Street, even having Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund, be in the series as a major character last season, connected to Vecna. Now, what they're saying is that what if, and this is a big what if, the 7th Nightmare on Elm Street movie was called A New Nightmare. Now, what makes A New Nightmare unique is that it was a faux documentary about them making a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but by making a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, they manifested Freddy Krueger into reality, and the actors had to then do battle against Freddy Krueger
in the documentary.
In the documentary.
And that's what the Stranger Things documentary is going to be?
That's what they're theorizing, is that if this is true, and the other interesting thing about A New Nightmare is that A New Nightmare was marketed as a documentary before it was marketed as a movie. So what they're theorizing, and if this turns out to be true, the Duffers are really smart. Otherwise, they're going to look.
When does this
crazy.
come out?
Comes out on the 12th. But that is the 7th Nightmare on Elm Street movie, is A New Nightmare, which was marketed as a documentary in which the actual crew and the director, Wes Craven, had to do battle against Freddy Krueger to defeat him in the documentary about the movie that became the documentary. So if this is true, we've all been Vecna'd, the cast is going to be Vecna'd, and they're going to have to do battle against Vecna in this documentary. There's a few other little things, like if you look in the finale, after the 18th month, major characters in the Wheeler family, Mike, Nancy, and Nancy's mom all have Vecna's haircut, Henry's haircut when he was human. They've all altered their hair to have his haircut. Also, orange is another prominent color. In that final Dungeons and Dragons game, the carpet in the Wheeler basement where they play Dungeons and Dragons has gone from blue to orange. Now, one
And
might
what does
say
orange signify?
prison jumpsuit. They're all in Vecna's mind prison. So, but like, if you think about it,
kind of like silly. Like
but
that's like just.
No, this is true.
This is like when you could you can make anything seem like something if you just suggest, and you can suggest anything. Or
No, this
they're
is
all
true.
waiting for the Dreamcast to come out because that's the color of the Dreamcast, and it's the 80s, and they know what's coming in the 90s because Vecna went to the future. Like you could make up anything.
I do think that it's very weird, especially for the graduation.
Connected to Half-Life, the orange box.
The orange box.
I'm sure there's connections to Half-Life and Valve games and Stranger Things.
I do think it's interesting that the school colors are green and yellow. And that's been the entire time. The entire time, the school colors have been green and yellow. Why go to orange all of a sudden? It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't.
Yeah, I think they're doing this to make everyone go crazy.
That it's possible. There's other little like inconsistent errors, like a doorknob.
Exactly. DJ Nikki said it's mental gymnastics. That's what I think.
But like, so here's the thing. If it was just one thing or two things, I would say, all right, yeah. But there's so many things. And it's been a prominent theme of this season that they don't believe in coincidences. And they say, I believe. And like stuff like that. There's so many like little,
I do think
things.
It could be something then. I guess we'll find out in the documentary. So wait, I got to ask a question though. What is the conformity? What does that mean? Why is this conspiracy called Conformity Gate? What is the conformity?
I believe Conformity Gate comes from Eddie in season 4 when he's talking about like, I don't want to conform to society, and like the Hellfire Club, like they don't want to conform to society. And I believe they don't want to conform to Vecna's like to Vecna, and they want to like rebel from that. But I believe that's the significance of all of this, is that it's like that's Conformity Gate. There's so many little things though. Like so another few just little examples are there is a doorknob in the basement. The doorknob goes from left to right. So what they're saying is that like little details, like Vecna, if this is true, Vecna just put things back in like a little bit of the wrong order because it's all fake. So like a doorknob in the basement went from left to right. And like there's a dial in the radio station. The dial arrow changed colors. So like before,
these are such little things. How do people find this?
People have been analyzing this stuff like crazy. But I will say there is a lot of really weird things. Joe Keery has been posting, cast members have been posting one of his songs from a year ago with Stranger Things related material. And the name of that song is End of Beginning. And people
they're
from
doing
the
this
cast
just to make the audience go crazy. And then what they're doing is they're getting, this is exactly what I did with the Dad series. I didn't know what an ARG was when I started Dad, but I thought if I hid ARG codes, type thing, yeah. Hiding codes and things flashing on screen made people go, wait a second, what was that? And it's more hours spent on the YouTube channel, and you get more plays because people rewind and watch again looking for other things. And then I was told, oh, you're doing an ARG. And I was like, what's that? And then I was like, okay, I guess people do this. They hide things, and it's like an online puzzle or whatever. So that being said, I was doing it to get more clicks and plays. I think the Duffer Brothers are like, everyone's going to go back and watch all the episodes. They're going to look for clues. They're going to compare things. They're going to get so much watch time. It's going to be the #1 watch thing. This is going to just make us richer. I think that's what's happening. But I also think maybe there could be something in this documentary that you're talking about.
So here's my thing. So I've seen a bunch of videos. I've looked at a bunch of the evidence, and I I think maybe if I wasn't aware of the ARG stuff, I wouldn't think anything of like continuity errors. But I think knowing about a lot of the ARG stuff, and I know that the Duffers had to have been influenced from things like Gravity Falls and stuff like that. Yeah, like they have like to have been
the king of this stuff.
Right. So like I want to say I'm like 50-50 that I'm like, and they're also like 40s. So it's like they would have been aware of like viral marketing from like Blair Witch and like stuff like that. They are. I think that they're savvy enough that, like, if this documentary comes out and it turns out to be like a new Nightmare type thing. And another thing that I wanted to point out really quick is that when the Duffers themselves did this, when they originally announced the run times of Stranger Things season 5, all of the episodes were longer. They were like, it's going to be this long, it's going to be this long, it's going to be this long, it's going to be this long. When the episodes came out, they were all much shorter than that. So what the theory posits is that once this documentary is released, the timeline will be restored. And if this is true, Netflix is super smart, and so are the Duffers. If this turns out to be true, the timeline will be restored. That missing footage will be put back into the episodes, and then everybody who watched it that's a fan will probably rewatch the series. Netflix will get double the watch time if this is true. If it turns out to be an actual true thing, this is the smartest marketing thing that's like ever happened, because it's going to double
but this
their
is
view
only going to
time.
affect the super nerds that love the show. Like casual viewers wouldn't even care or watch it. Like I wouldn't have done this because I don't care about the show, but I do appreciate and like this method and technique of hiding clues and storytelling, because it's really original. It's fun. I hope it's true for the fans that really love the show. Because that's pretty satisfying to then have the pieces you missed. But then someone's got to do an edit where you take that stuff from the documentary and edit it into the episodes to see the missing stuff, right?
What they were saying is that, so when the Duffers originally announced the runtimes for the episodes themselves, they announced each one was longer. So what they theorized is that at some point, when everybody got quote unquote vecna'd, a lot of material was cut from the show. So like there's an extended cut and like all of these, but like what they're saying is that this would then explain a lot of the plot. Like there were a lot of very glaring plot holes in season 5. So what they're saying is that if this is true, this will resolve those glaring plot holes, because all of this information will then be restored. Something that I do think is interesting that somebody pointed out online, and like you're in Hollywood, so like maybe you can shed some light on this. The first 4 episodes of season 5 have been registered by whatever the governing body of, like, you have to like register the episodes with the MPAA or whatever it is. They've been registered officially. The last 4 episodes haven't. So there's no official runtime for the last 4 episodes of the finale. Only the first 4 episodes have been officially registered, and the last 4 episodes of the finale have not been officially registered as of this time. So people are like, I watched a video from somebody who works as like she works in like Hollywood somewhere, and she's like, that's really unusual for a giant company like Netflix to not publicly register these episodes
in
these databases
for sure.
So she's like they're either somebody got lazy and didn't register half the episodes, or it's missing footage and they haven't registered these episodes yet because there's not an official runtime.
I'm sure someone in PR in marketing leaked that information, because no one would really probably even know to look into that to find out that it wasn't registered with the ratings or the networks or whatever. So yeah, I'm sure that's on purpose. The reason we even know that is part of the publicity.
But there's so many errors that, like, this was either the most sloppy final season of a show ever, and we're giving the Duffers way too much credit, or the Duffers are about to pull off like the biggest thing that's ever happened in television.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time a huge franchise had a horrible finale because people felt ripped off by Game of Thrones. So maybe this is just another one of those, because the Duffer brothers were already off on working on their next project and they just kind of rushed this. But I think the documentary is going to be something. I'm leaning towards it being what you're saying.
I will come in for the because I didn't get a chance to fact check any of the other things, because obviously I was busy trying to look for the XLI. I am reading reports that was doctored on Twitter. It was not actually spelt that way. It was actually a fabrication from the show itself.
Wait, what?
So that also leads me to question how many of the other things might be also not quite.
Where did you see this? I've seen it reported on so many things.
It's literally reported on The Guardian, saying that it was doctored.
I've seen it reported on Rolling Stone, Hollywood Life.
Yeah, but I don't
because it's gonna
trust your
get headlines.
information. You
It's
you
gonna
read
get
so many
clicks.
things, and the amount of times you
what
misread
if this is
stuff.
what they want? What if they don't want you to? What if they don't want me to trust your information?
Yeah, I mean, it could totally be true, but the fact that, like, I think the Duffer Brothers in the past have made horrible, glaring mistakes. They forgot one of their main characters' birthdays once, and then they had to re-edit it in later on in Stranger Things. And they even admitted in an interview, like, oh my god, I can't believe we did that. So, yeah, that leads me to believe, yeah, there is a lot of glaring issues in Stranger Things, the finale, because they do it all the time. So,
and when you have such a big story and so many characters and so many storylines, it is easy to get confused. I would often check with Piper and Kyrie on dad lore of my own show. I'd have to check with the fans, be like, hey, do you remember what mom said here or who did this? Because I couldn't remember it. I couldn't write the next episodes because I genuinely couldn't remember. So
they've
I'm
also
sure
got
they're
a massive
overwhelmed
lore.
as well.
Yeah, they've said they had big documents on the Upside Down and stuff, and so I could see them very much getting like accidentally messing a lot of things up.
It would happen to anyone.
Where is this?
Too much information.
I'm interested in seeing, where did you see that? Because I'm literally seeing Rolling Stone reported it as real. So I'm curious where you saw it.
But Rolling Stone's going to publish whatever gets clicks.
I mean, but I'm just saying it's conflicting data. That's all. It's probably yeah. I'm just. Where is the, okay, I'm looking at XLI. Everything you read on the site formerly, but instead it doesn't. I'm looking at it and it says, if you read some of the letters across each binder, it says XLI.
Jolene, I feel like it's hard to get.
But I'm saying I saw a different thing that was like, I that's in the show. What I'm saying is but that's the misinformation. And in this, I think this reporter has it wrong, because it was somebody from the show, an actor, took a photo of the binders after the show and they posted it on their social media, is what I read. So it had been moved after.
Did you find the actor, Tom, and look at their Instagram to see if they really posted it?
Let me.
Because you gotta go find. My first instinct would have been like, okay, let's go to the girl who plays 11, look at her Instagram, see if it's there.
Yeah, I gotta find it.
Tom's just running with the rumors.
No.
You got Vecnid, Tom. You got Vecnid.
I got Vecnud. No, say it ain't so. I got Vecnud.
I was gonna say, I just wanted to add something.
Somewhere.
There is a continuity person on sets. TV shows and movies has a continuity person who specifically watches the set to make sure physical continuity is taking place. Like when you're in a scene,
that continuity person is just sweating right now. They're going.
You got him. Well, that's the thing. I was gonna say there is no continuity for post production, but there's a continuity person for production. Like when you're on a set, you got to make sure, hey, roll your sleeves up. They weren't rolled down in the last scene. It's going to look weird. Hey, put that book back on the shelf.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw
in the last shot.
there. So I'm looking at
continuity is a thing, Jolene. But then in editing,
that's from Know Your Meme. It's from somebody's social media. It's from one of the cast posted
Tom,
this picture.
That literally looks like a picture of someone taking a picture of their TV screen, and then they probably just edited it. You can see the reflection on a monitor.
No, what I'm saying is the story that I read, it was one of the cast took a picture of the books.
That doesn't look like a cast picture. That looks like a picture of a TV.
Exactly.
No.
That's not a cast picture.
Set. That's not on set at all.
No.
Let me just finish this little rant.
You got Vecnid.
Also, can I just point out, doesn't the L and I look really weirdly edited?
It does. The bottom L is like
look,
up.
it's clearly edited. The A and I, the L and I are very clearly edited. It feels
what
like
I will say is, you be the judge.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think all they had to do was switch the full name, because they would have had to switch the actual full name. I was just
Well-
saying it's easy to get things like this confused if the director and editor aren't looking at every little detail, which is hard. In editing, you can't even have continuity look right because it's like sometimes your best take of the actor is when their outfit is looking like it wasn't for the rest of the scene, or there is a prop missing now, but that was the best take you had. So there are times when stuff gets messed up for continuity, but you can also, when you have too much lore going on, the writers aren't in the editing room with the director and the editor. So those are the ones you would have to text
Yeah.
or call and be like, hey, when you wrote this episode, do you remember what the guy's age was? But they don't do that. You don't check with the writers and everyone involved when you're assembling the show. So stuff like this can get messed up.
You know what probably happened was during the editing, the Duffers were just counting their billions of dollars, going, "Yay!"
Yeah. If they were even, and sometimes directors don't even always show up to the edit. It's sometimes it's just up to the editor. Most directors who care about their product will be in the editing room for every bit.
I do
or
think
they'll edit it themselves.
I do think this is probably not true, and it's just a crazy amount of errors. But I will say, if it is true and this is intentional, it would be crazy, and it would be such a shocking, huge twist. But yeah, that was my without spoilers, too many spoilers about the ending, too many more spoilers. I liked the final season. I thought the ending was fine. It was just too safe. So if they changed it to be like, oh, there was actually like a pretty shocking twist, it would be a very bold move by the Duffers, and I would give them crazy props for being like, oh, you took a big swing. I don't think that they took a big swing, but it would be so amazing if they did. It would be so good for like this sort of like crazy viral storytelling, that they took this like giant risk. They took a big swing. They maybe upset some people, but I do think in the end they probably just played it really safe and they just got really sloppy, which is like probably the case.
Possibly. I can see either one. I hope that there's some big crazy lore that's going to happen in the documentary. I hope that happens, but it does also seem like that just might be it, and then there's just weird continuity errors.
There is like so much weird stuff though that I'm like, it does have me. That's the thing that has me scratching my head, is that like so many things that I'm like, this rug wasn't this color. Why are these gowns this color? That's not
All
the color
orange
they were.
stuff is weird. But also, I think they could be doing this just to make us have this conversation, and then we're gonna go rewatch it, making everyone go crazy. It's just red herrings, is basically what
But it's like why
lore hounds would call it. Bunch of false red herrings.
Why? My question would be, why would they do it to a super rabid fan base, knowing that it would like irritate them? You know what I mean? Like it would like
because you're basically you're smacking the beehive, and it's gonna get attention and publicity.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's what they're doing.
I don't know. We're gonna see on the 12th, everybody. That's when Conformity Gate is going to be confirmed. That's when
we'll have to do a follow-up episode.
I will be vindicated, and that Conformity. Also, I love New Nightmare. New Nightmare is one of my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movies because it's really weird. If this turns out to be New Nightmare, like but Stranger Things, it would be so crazy.
We'll see. We got what do we got? A week? 5 days?
Monday.
Oh no, less than that. Monday.
Yeah, Monday. But to be fair, I guess, yeah, to be fair, the ending is okay. It's just like it did feel oddly rushed. Like that was my review of the ending. I think if I had to do like a quick review, it felt really rushed for the finale, because like they get to the final battle, and the final battle only lasts like, I don't even know, 10 minutes maybe. It's really short. And I was like, this feels too convenient. That was my takeaway.
Yeah.
Is like,
it's like when you're playing a
this
video game, you're
feel-
like, okay, that can't be the final boss. That's
how I felt. Yeah. I watched it, and like Albert and I were watching it, and we were like, that's it. And then it like kind of just wrapped up, and we were like, and then it goes into an epilogue where like, but that's the other thing that is like, it's so like all the characters get happy endings. And I was like, this just doesn't happen. And like, I'm like, unless the Duffers like really just decided we're going to give every character a happy ending, it like the epilogue, which is like 40 minutes long, every character just gets a happy ending. And it's like, that's really weird. It's like just everybody gets their ride off into the sunset.
Controller in the chat says spin-off coming called Even Stranger Things, but that makes me think maybe there is a spin-off coming since this ending, everything's so perfect and regular. Then the spin-off would be called Normal Things. It's just really boring episodes of 80s life. It's just hanging out in basements.
I think the Duffers already did say that they're working on a spin-off. I think the spin-off they said that there's going to be a spin-off that doesn't have any of the main cast in it.
Yes, I can finally audition for one of these shows.
Well, this one, I predict what's going to happen because they said it's going to be a different era in a different town with none of the major cast. I think it's going to be another, but they said it's going to be connected.
It'll be 90s.
I think it's going to be 90s and it's going to be connected to everything. So yeah, I mean, if you maybe you could be maybe you could be the sheriff in the 90s town.
Oh my God, I need to. I gotta find out about this.
You gotta.
I need a new agent.
What is their production company? It's called like Upside Down Productions or something.
And I bet you the Duffer Brothers have seen Dad.
I mean, Alba and I were talking about this the other. I don't know if Jamie has seen this or has seen this, but we're pretty sure that like the Duffers have seen like Gravity Falls and stuff. We're like
for sure.
We're like there's so much like there's so many things that are like so close that I'm like I feel like they're taken from stuff like this. I feel like they're just taking they're really taking some cues from these other things.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's influenced by everything, and that show had such a big impact, especially with the ARG stuff it was doing.
Well, now is your time. This is it. David Harbour wasn't that famous before Stranger Things.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. I could be the next David Harbour stealing hats from people.
This could be you. Yeah, you could. This could be you. You could be the guy having a breakdown and taking everybody's hats and just talking about whatever else he was talking about, running into restaurants, causing chaos. I do think you would be a good cop in a show.
Oh yeah, especially with the mustache now.
I think you could I think even just like I mean, I guess it's time to talk to Maddie. Be like, Maddie, how did you get in touch with the Duffers? Get me in here.
It's his agent. I had the same agent as Maddie, who, if you guys don't know, Maddie from the Dad series, he plays Marty. He was in Stranger Things. He played Keith, the arcade manager, tall, kind of goofy looking guy. He and I had the same agent, and I left that agent because I ended up going with another agent that I was friends with, and I kind of wish I hadn't, because now I don't have an agent, and Maddie's agent has gotten him so many good things. So I actually emailed them not too long ago. I need to follow up. But yeah, I need a new agent because I got to get out for big stuff like this. I don't have an agent for TV and movies.
I think
right
you
now.
have to say, I know they're making another Stranger Things. Like now they're working on it. I want to be in it. Please.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to start going out for stuff.
It's time. Well, that's it. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that what do you think the odds are that we'll find out on the 12th that there's actually like a secret thing happening?
I'm 50-50. I hope it happens, but I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. So 50-50.
Jamie, what do you I mean, Jamie, you've watched a lot of this interactive storytelling. What do you think the odds are that there's any sort of like bonus stuff coming out?
I don't know when it comes to them. I don't know how involved they are with the ARG stuff, because the things they made, I guess they're a lot smaller compared to a lot of things, although I guess they did the radio show. I just don't think they're as smart as people are letting on. I think that's the only thing I'm seeing. I've not seen anything that's got my thought of like, yeah, they really like puzzles. Like when I see Alex Hirsch in interviews and talking, I'm like, yeah, this person literally just likes putting in ARG stuff in everything. Like Alex Hirsch literally traveled across the world setting up like a whole statue and things.
Yeah.
And he also put like the Bill Cipher statue at the end of the series to hint at the Cipher hunt. The Duffer Brothers have put, if this is true, like the X-Lie thing, it's in a behind-the-scenes shot, which right now I'm trying to frickin' find. But like, they didn't put it in the show itself. They put it in a behind-the-scenes shot from a cast member that posted it, and it's like, I don't know.
Well, they did do. Didn't they do an ARG connected to the Scoops Ahoy ice cream thing, like
They
for season
did,
3?
and it was just kind of a couple of puzzles. There wasn't really any story or anything from what I remember when I looked into
And they
it.
probably,
and
the
it
Duffer
wasn't
Brothers probably
anything-
didn't even know about that. That's
Yeah.
marketing that probably
Uh,
did that.
I didn't really see anything. Yeah, that was marketing. They would have been too big to have worked on that because there was nothing to do with story. Meaning the marketing.
Netflix does whatever they want with that.
Meaning the
and
marketing
have a say
will
in
have
it.
had no idea what the story was because they wouldn't have wanted it to leak. So they'll have had to make something. They'll have just been told about Scoops Ahoy and then said do something with that. And I think that's what they kind of got with like the limited information. Whereas Alex Hirsch literally went and made that cipher hunt that happened in 2016. He did it. That was without Disney doing anything. He did that all out of pocket, from my understanding.
Yeah.
Whereas Duffer Brothers, I don't know. I feel Netflix would not allow the Duffer Brothers to do what you're claiming them to do.
Because they can't control that. And if there is someone got hurt, or if someone not looking for something, or if someone misinterpreted something, that could be on Netflix and they could look bad if something went wrong. Netflix has to control everything in the publicity and the promotion of this show because they own it and it's their reputation online, not Duffer Brothers.
And changing endings and things from already established stuff that people have checked out, I think would, one, create more confusion, which would terrify CEOs. I don't think there's any way they would allow something like that to happen.
You know what we need to do? We need to get Dan Lynn's telephone number and we need to give him a call and just ask him.
I think it's a really cool idea, but I think this feels more like fans' very clever imagination compared to writers who just didn't want their favorite characters to die.
I just want I so wanted to be real just to be like, I think that's my thing. Cause like there's so many, none of these big companies ever take a risk. Like big, like Marvel, whatever. Nobody ever takes a risk. And it would be so cool to like see one of them, because then I think it would inspire the other ones to take like a big swing.
Yeah.
And we'd see like some crazy stuff because it would, I absolutely guarantee that if this was real, it would be such a virally talked about. It already is. It's like everybody's talking about my social media has just been Conformity Gate.
Yeah.
Voice Critical just made a video. Like everybody's
calling it stupid.
He called it stupid, but like he was still like but my point is it's got people talking about it. There's big content creators with videos get millions of views are talking about this. So
what we said in the beginning before we even started rolling today, before the stream started, we think the Duffer Brothers might see all of everyone freaking out and going, oh crap, we got to shoot something fast. And they're like trying to scramble to make some secret episode right now because they'll look cool if they do it.
I mean, if I was them, I would have like called, what's his name? Jamie Bauer, the guy who plays Vecna. I would have called him and been like, you got to come to the studio. And like, they just film him, just like they do like a CGI, like just Vecna's head being like, I live. And they just get him doing voiceover to be like, see, we planned it this whole time. Season 6 coming in 2028.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know. Honestly, given the amount of, I saw an interview with the cast actually recently, and somebody asked them like, would you guys do another season? And it was the kid who played Lucas. He was like, if they back that money truck up to my door, oh yeah. And like I was like they need to back that money truck up because there's so much talk and hype. If they just announced another season, it would do. And like they integrated these fan theories of like everybody get Vecna'd. I guarantee it would be like applauded as this big like, you did it, yay, there's another season coming.
Yeah.
It would do well.
This is definitely what they should start doing is just movies once a year. Make it like a new IP that just cranks out movies, because it does seem like that kind of thing where you could just make a ton of them, like Terrifier or It. Like It now is a new TV series, and they made so many movies. Like Stranger Things could become another cranked out IP.
They're making two more. They're making 2 more seasons of that It show as well. They're doing it as a trilogy. Well, I guess that is what they're doing with Stranger Things. They're doing it connected stories, but in a different decade. But that's their plan, is to do like a Stranger Things like universe or something now.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Them so much money to do it.
I mean, season 5 was how much did they get for that? $500 million or something was the budget.
Oh my God, that's insane.
That's what you need. Imagine if you did Dad for $500 million.
I do think Dad has the potential to become a big. If I can pull this movie off just right, then I think it has the potential to be sold as a movie. My goal, genuinely, it sounds like kind of a sellout goal, but I also think it would be fun and allow me to make other things. I would like to make Dad like a new face of horror. I think I've said this on a stream before, but like It the Clown, Leatherface, Freddy Krueger. Now
You want Dad to be evil?
Now Art the Clown from Terrifier. All these things, they made 1 million of those movies. I think the dad face, the classic creepy dad head, you could see in a lineup with all these other people. It's like another new face of horror, but it's not necessarily like a massacre knife horror movie. It's more like a, you know, creepy, weird, strange, psychological, or like you could see the dad head lined up next to Jack Nicholson from The Shining. I think that dad character could be an IP that has like a chain of movies and there's like a new one every year, and I sell the IP, and the next one is about mom or son or child or stepdad or uncle, or dad changes. It's a different actor every time. You could do so many things with it. I think the dad story in the universe of like this weird world that they're in, you could do a lot with, and I would love to start this off with this dad movie, and then making all that money off of it, I could then go and make Neutral. I could make all the films I want because I'd be set, and I could just, you know, at that point just be a successful filmmaker that I can just go and make any movie I want after that because I'm rich because I sold my first IP, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's a very lofty dream, and I'll hope for it, but who knows. Either way, you'll see the dad movie soon, everyone. I'm going to start shooting it in like about 2 months. I think it's going to happen in March because a lot of the actors aren't available. This is a side tangent that we weren't talking about, but mini update on the dad movie. I have to wait for actors to be available, and it's looking like March now, unfortunately, because a lot of people are already in Canada filming their shows that they're on. I have one actor I have to get, and it's a female actor, but I can't tell you what role. But I need one. But the other ones have confirmed, and they're exciting names that will help the dad movie very much. And one of the male actors texted me the other day, and he said, "I'll do whatever you want." And I was like, "Thank God."
Thanks for that super chat.
Thank you, Ted.
Thanks for the support. You help keep us going. We also have a Ko-Fi. Thanks. We have a few members over there. Thanks for supporting us directly on the Ko-Fi.
Thank you very much, Ted. And yes, dad movie, it'll happen, and hopefully it'll be huge.
Well, I think that's it. That's Conformity Gate.
Slight update as well. I think I found the actor. It was Finn that posted a behind-the-scenes thing with the X is a lie thing.
Oh, although so he did post it.
I think so. I'm finding screenshots, but I can't find like much else about it. But yeah.
So while you're looking for that, the whole reason so there's more to it than that. So the reason, if the viral marketing is true, so I was right. If this is true, it was Finn who posted it. Finn plays Mike, who is the dungeon master. He's the DM of the kids. So
he chooses the story and tells and if he's saying it's a lie, then it might be true.
That's like the idea, is that like if it's a lie, he's the one telling the story, and he's like breaking the fourth.
Vecna?
He's Ben Vecna is like the insinuation. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like I don't know. I do. It's like I said, if it was just a couple of like errors, I'd be like, okay, that's
coincidence.
Coincidence. There's so many weird, like obvious errors that I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, there's so many things. Also, a lot of the things like you said about like the woman pointing out that the later half of the season hasn't been registered. That seems like it could have been a leak. Like Netflix was like, you need to report on this. And like, that's part of like them being like, you need to report on this.
The planned marketing, I think.
Right. So I think that
like how do we know that? You would never hear about that.
Right. And what I saw some people saying is that the reason that the first half has been registered is that that was before everybody got Vecna'd, and then that later part of the season is like everybody's been Vecna'd. So like all of the characters are just under his spell, and that this whole like final act has just been like they've all been like taken into his they're all under his mind control basically. And that's why they all got this super stereotypical happy ending, if it's true.
Yeah, and so he didn't really die. He just like gave up quickly to make them think they won.
He just, but like his death mirrors his supposed death mirrors the events of a Dungeons and Dragons game that already happened in the show.
Oh,
that's what makes it weird, is that it's like you're like, oh, like why are you mirroring this? Like, yeah,
so they're
it's
just
one thing,
in a D&D game.
they're just in his like, and he's like,
he's literally playing, and they're the fictional characters.
Yes. So we'll find out on the 12th whether or not this is true. But yes, that's right. It was Finn. It was posted to his Instagram account. But like, if that's true, he plays Mike Wheeler. He's the dungeon master. Why would he post this picture? Why would the binders be in a different order?
Or he's literally just trolling. He was on set and he moved the boxes, took the picture, and then he put them back, and no one knew he did it. Which I feel you could get in trouble for doing something like that, because you're not supposed to like post well, when a lot of the time you're not supposed to post pictures on a set before it's out. Even commercials, there's a strict no posting rule on most productions. So if he did do that, he could get in trouble. But he did post it after it's all said and done, so now it doesn't really matter. But Netflix might even get upset with him for that. But
I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? It could be a troll.
It's either that, or they did a take, multiple takes, and just one of those takes just so happened to have him put the book in that order, and then he took the picture then, and that take just didn't end up in the
for an alternative
movie.
take. Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't think there's a specific order those things need to be, right? So I think the camera will be just him putting them in.
No, that was the thing. They did need to be in an order, because like the way that they were put away is the order in which they left in the final take of the show. Like it's like this person left, this person left, this person left, this person left. So that's why people pointed that out as being like, oh, they weren't in this order, because that's not the order that they left in the show.
Gotcha.
So why are they back in? Why are they in this order? It's just a lot of really weird coincidental stuff.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Next Friday, we'll have to talk about it after the documentary comes out on Monday. We'll see what happens.
Maybe by then you'll be able to say, also watch for me as Sheriff Bopper and season the new
Maybe
show.
I'll get cast in the new show this week.
That'll be you. Well, there is the new Duffer Brothers show. They already shot it. They shot a different show.
Oh, really?
They have a new like mystery type show. I forget what it's called, but it's got Alfred Molina as one of the leads.
Cool.
Yeah, they have another show. They already have another show.
Nice. They're gonna be working forever.
They are. Stranger Things is I know it's had its like ups and downs, but I think overall it's been a very good show. So I think that they deserve it for creating this, like, they created a phenomenon, and like how often does that happen?
Not often. No. Well, I gotta take this geezer outside for a dump.
All right.
Time to wrap up.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you for the support. We'll be back possibly at a different time, but we
might be switching times. We'll be posting in Discord because I will have boxing training coming up on Friday, so we might have to switch times. We're still figuring that out, but stay tuned. We'll still be doing the show, and we'll let you know when and where.
We'll still be doing the show, so we'll announce whether or not it's good. What if we're gonna stay at this time or move it or what's going on? We have to talk behind the scenes. But we'll keep everybody posted. I hope everybody has a great night.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching. And thank you to producer Jamie for keeping the show going. Goodbye.